even beats that.
I think. Hello.
Pew, 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 pew.
And welcome to Holding Action, the show where the chaos in combat is controlled by the internet. We are so terribly sorry for the technical difficulties, which is French Polynesian for probably your fault. We are sorry we're getting started a little late. Obviously had some stumbling out of the blocks. Thanks for sticking around with us. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
It happens.
It does. But we will get right into it to try and compensate for time. So, with that, with a couple of quick schedule announcements, I'm going to kick it over to Jackie. Please tell the people what's popping immediately.
Hi. We are doing schedule stuff. We're now playing video games.
I put her 2 on the spot.
Yeah.
All right. Breathe.
Hi, everyone. We will now be doing our Tuesday thing that we do at 7 to 11.
Dang.
We are now doing it, get this, Saturday.
More.
12 to 4. I almost said 7 to 11 again. That's not right.
That's incorrect.
Saturday, 12 to 4.
It's like 12
Tuesday,
to question mark, kind of.
Yeah.
Is that like AM?
Yes.
Y'all are being up
Noon.
super late.
Noon to 4 p.m.
It's
Thank you.
still
And
just
then-
on Jet or on Deej.
Oh, shit. That's on me, though.
I'll be honest, that's what I was waiting
It's on
for
me.
when you pointed it
Hang on.
at me, for him to...
But he didn't.
You know
Nope,
what?
We're, never mind.
It's-
We're good. All right.
There we go.
Hi!
Jeez.
Shit show.
So
All
we're
right.
going to go faster here. Saturday, we are doing noon to 4 p.m.
Nailed it.
Tuesday and Wednesday, we are doing 7 and 11. So come visit us on those times to chat with the randomness of us that will be streaming whatever
Or
at
in
those
chat.
times.
Yes.
Or
We'll
We'll be there in some form.
Yes, we will be popping and or cracking.
Those are central times.
Correct. Central
CSTs.
Standard Times. If you need to know what time that is in your zone, you can scroll down to our information panel and click on the schedule button, and it will tell you exactly what time that is
Oh my god.
in your time zone. In addition to that, as is always the case, if you are able to do so, please make sure you're subscribing. Anything you guys do to support the channel, whether it is subscribing, donating, throwing bits, you can use to shower the team with benefits and boons and things to keep them alive from the ravages that I have laid upon
Are cool
them.
arrows a boon?
They're not.
retweets.
Or you can also, yes,
Help us get through these hallways.
Let us get further than 70 feet today.
exactly. But conversely, if you are one who roots for the monsters, I also can receive the same boons.
Or the Terrys.
Terry did need a boon, but Terry lived, so it's all good. So do keep that in mind. We have gotten a lot of great support from everybody. We are absolutely super appreciative of everything. We feel, maybe we're naive, but we feel like things are growing and going, and we are very pumped about it. We are very appreciative. So thank you guys so much. Please do continue to support, follow, stretch. There's tons of great stuff that you guys have been doing that costs you nothing, so do that if you can.
Okay, figured.
Yeah, keep it up. You guys are badass.
Yes.
BA, if you will.
And on the note of being badass, I would like to pass it over to none other than Mr. Sproigins. Please, would you also
Are we
tell?
not doing the cure bomb thing?
No.
So, hi.
Caught him off guard.
So, like usual, we are coming to you from destroyingly nasty cold Minnesota.
Real
but-
quick, Sally. Hey, I see you. Thank you for the host. We appreciate that.
Hey,
Didn't
what's
mean
up?
to interrupt.
No, it's fine. That's a total perfect interruption.
We just had to shout Sally out for the
Yeah.
love and
Hi.
appreciation.
Hi,
Thank you.
thank you.
Sailor.
So one thing that does not close down when it becomes terribly cold
Our
is the
hearts.
gaming growth. Gaming go.
No,
well,
they
Gaming
damn.
growth.
They actually did close one day.
Damn. Yeah, but
Last
the day
night.
that they were closed, the grand location was still open.
Oh,
So
snap.
what's up?
That was the gaming groin. You're thinking of a
Yeah.
different. It's not the same.
Oh.
Yeah, there's just a total shit show theme. So, because our partnership with the Gaming Goat is so good for the 3 metro locations of,
Woodbury.
yes,
Places.
Egan.
yes,
St. Paul. Great.
Sandal Hills.
nailed it.
Yeah.
We always say Grand Avenue. Like it's never just the St. Paul. It's St. Paul and Grand.
Yeah, that's great.
So, what I wanted to do, as being a bard and coming up with bardic inspirations, I decided to come up with 10 wholesome bardic inspirations that you can use in your game, or you can use in real life.
In real life.
In real life.
Real life
IRL?
bardic inspirations.
Yes, in IRL. So, I'm going to
I
read
don't know
those
that
to you
game.
now.
Okay.
And if I see this on the DMs Guild, I'm coming. Okay? I'm coming for that ass.
For a high five.
Okay?
Royalties.
No. Don't take my shit. Okay? So,
You can use this. Don't take.
yeah, you
my
can use
shit.
it in real life and then in your games and stuff, but don't try to monetize me. Okay?
Yeah, that's
we
our
do that.
job.
Yeah, I was like to say, that's our
get to
job.
do that.
Okay, number one. I've seen trash before. You're not trash. You're an elf or a human or a dwarf, whatever. Whatever, you can put in anything else in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Number two, I really like the way you keep your bedroll tidy. Number three, you're a very personable creature.
You know, we did this the wrong way. Number 6.
Oh,
I got
we're on 4 this time.
We're doing countdown. Because
Oh,
Then
got
it's
it.
7.
your
got
last
it.
one
Now
was
I'm here with you.
the best.
Okay. You wake
Number
up on
7.
You wake up on time, and that's important to any daily routine.
Boom. Broom. Number 6.
You don't chew with your mouth open, and I appreciate it.
Yes.
Nailed it. Lots of appreciation going on. Bardic inspirations that are wholesome. Number 5.
I watched you fall asleep, and I caught you because I enjoy your company.
Nailed it. What a twist. What a twist.
Use these at work, Mike.
Wholesome bardic inspiration.
I'm here busting them up for you.
Number 4.
I like what you've done with your hair. It's very unique.
Depending on how you say that.
I mean,
It's not interesting though, it's unique.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're
But
if you're
like,
trying to get some elf cubes,
Yeah, but it's how you say it. If you
Context.
say, "Oh, your hair is unique," then that's
unique.
disgust. But if you say, "Oh, your hair is unique," see,
that's
changes.
like surprised
It's
you
true.
could pull
Right.
something off.
It changes.
Wholesome bardic inspiration. Number 3.
I'd like to wake and bake with you. Sweet rolls are delicious in the morning with good buds.
With good buds.
With good buds. Nailed it. Wholesome bardic inspiration. Number 2.
You're very funny when you tell jokes, and it's evident because people have a joyous time because of your jokes.
And the number 1, not in any order specifically, wholesome bardic inspiration is.
Your smile is the somatic component because you cast friends on me.
That absolutely is what it needed to be.
So that's for you guys.
That was wonderful.
I could not be
You know
more
what? If
elated.
there's 10 of you in there,
That's each one of you now has inspiration.
yep. And I'm up to a D12 right now, so you take that to your home game and you just put a D12 on your inspiration sheet and just use it. If your DM's like, "What the fuck you rolled a D12 for?" You're like,
Did you not watch
"You didn't
on Friday?
watch."
Yeah, when you're
HA.
dealing with Karen at the
apparently.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Fucking Karen.
Yeah. I want to speak to your DM.
So you can use those when you go to work tomorrow at your trash retail job that you don't like.
Damn.
We all been there.
Calling
Yeah.
the district manager.
Been there, yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that. You know what?
We have all been there.
Yeah.
If you're trying to leave a little early
And they're not having it because like
because
you
you got
gotta
a
close.
headache,
Yeah.
use one of those. Toss
Yeah.
on one of those. Hey, Stace. I like the way that you keep your bedroll tidy. I'm fired.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. He assaulted me.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Jones.
You're welcome.
Trying to maintain a little looseness while still moving forward. I think that brings us to the portion where we get into tonight's episode
No,
of
Always.
Always.
Always action.
it doesn't. Go.
In last
wait,
thing
this
that we
has a
have to
thing.
do, real quick then.
No, it doesn't.
Kira Marie has a very special thing that she wants to do.
So if you're not caught up, this will make 0 sense to you.
Correct.
But if you watched last week, there was a little baby born.
Mm-hmm.
And as the matriarch of this group, I got very excited that there was a new baby in the group born.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the new mama cake.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
You gotta hold
Oh yeah,
it.
2 weeks
Hold it
ago,
up.
sorry.
Okay, I'm like tripping because I
Take the lid.
started watching
Well, they
last
can't see
week's
the name
Bob's
yet.
Burgers one
Oh,
shot,
well,
which you
perfect.
should also watch.
It's on YouTube.
So we have a cake for the
Fair.
new baby fairy dragon.
And it says welcome and then it's name.
And then its name.
But I was just thinking about this. How old is it? This is out of game 1 year anniversary.
Soon.
Okay.
Coming up.
All right.
It's JP and I were just talking about that when we were picking up this cake.
Because I was thinking it's about like last year when
Hey, you know what? Throw some bits for the newborn.
The newborns. All right,
New
so
hatching action.
I got the cake today. The cake is not 2 weeks old. I got it today.
Yeah.
We're good.
catching up on hallways action.
Hatching action.
That's right, my bad. Mispronunciation. The group, in an effort to push towards the fifth pillar of heaven, one of 5 mythical artifacts they are currently on a mission to collect to stop some impending great evil that is becoming more and more formed as they continue to journey forth. The group found themselves accidentally teleporting to just outside the Kala mountain range, only to discover that inside a large and relatively easy to deal with frost giant lair.
After we fought some Dan bunnies.
After you fought some Dan bunnies, correct. After dealing with the ferocious bunnies and a cave full of frost giants, the group came across and rescued one of their former NPC allies, Tyrionowin, the level 20 merchant. Level 1 everything else. So, after rescuing him, the group discovered that one of the remaining frost giants who had wandered deeper into the cave dwelling was banging on a large wall, seemingly confused as giants are wont to do. However, after dispatching him in relatively gruesome fashion, the group moved towards the wall, discovered it to be illusory, and pushed in to find a well-machined, highly refined hallway lying beyond.
Deadly hallway.
Lined with extremely unique-looking red polished metal, as well as being filled with copious amounts of extremely dangerous traps. The group continued to navigate forward, finding an exit out of the interior of the mountain, but decided to venture forth, going deeper, and came across a large, mechanated room with moving platforms across a great chasm. And as the group began to move across, it seems as if ancient stone statue guardians had been awakened and attempted to do battle with the group while they were navigating across these platforms. There were a couple narrow escapes from certain death. There were a couple deaths that were remarkably excellent due to Terry's wonderful collection of potions. And a broadside sword slap throw.
That was my favorite.
Forgot about that.
That's pretty great.
That,
Just
I'm so ragey! Yeah. That ultimately brought them across the chasm to the other side, facing now an open door leading into another hallway with a closed door approximately 50 feet beyond. After determining that the hallway seemed extremely well trapped, similar to previous hallways that had gotten them there,
Every hallway.
they decided to welcome to hallways action. They decided to camp outside the door in Sproigins' magnificent mansion for the night to regroup, heal up a bit after Skadi suffered a particularly bad cut on one of the traps, and try to have a go at it in the morning. Meanwhile, in the mansion, while some were resting up, Is was hatching a plan, quite literally, to have Sproigins write him a doctor's note to eat Hara's egg.
Yeah.
And through
In the form of an adventure story.
some very extreme luck, as well as some desperate dedication, the night saw Hera's egg uneaten, and in the morning, hatched to reveal a small, black, yellow hair-lined fairy dragon. The group now picks up most of everyone, with the exception of Skadi, I believe, in the middle hallway, directly over the egg.
she.
Were you not?
I hatched it.
She.
Yeah, we all.
Oh, okay, so you're all there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
There was some-
restorationed it. I peeled the egg off of it. We're all there.
No,
Sure.
It started to peel the egg off.
Yeah, and then we're like, you're gonna kill him.
Oh, and then you
And I was like,
botched him and made him bite. Okay. So, you all find yourselves now surrounded by this recently resurrected and healed tiny black fairy dragon. Is kind of now swaddled back into the corner, kind of watching what's going on, having just been scolded for trying to help everybody now surrounding the small creature that has been unveiled from the interior of the egg. And you tell me what happens next.
I back up.
Comprehend languages.
Okay.
Helmet. Hi. What?
It's a
And I'm
It's
gonna
a dragon.
Also cast Speak with Animals.
Hello, little baby dragon.
Okay. So you... just seems scared and timid, and none of its audible gestures seem to form any type of words you can comprehend at the moment.
I didn't really expect you to understand. I just wanted to try. Um,
Hera's Texan variant.
Does anyone actually know what this is, or like is this?
I would say nobody has a definitive idea.
So
however,
we just think it's a baby dragon.
no, it is a
Or we
little bit
would-
more snake-like, and it has almost more butterfly-ish type wings.
Okay.
And this would be reminiscent of something, especially having been there twice and somewhat recently, something you would have seen in the Feywild.
Okay.
so it is something we have seen in the Fae.
Yeah, we'll say
Or-
that you would have maybe seen these. It's not that
Glimpse.
they're entirely uncommon. Yes, it even shares traits to a certain extent with the monster that you had to defeat to collect the Fey Whisper antidote.
Okay.
That's fine. Hi. So welcome to the world.
Did we get that egg in the Fae? That
No,
was
the
the egg that we
Shadowfell.
got off the right. Okay.
Yeah, off the bone guy.
Okay.
The soul
Soul
harbor?
sucker.
Yeah, Harbor of Souls.
Harbor of Souls. So I'm gonna be your guardian. But everybody here helped hatch you, and so this is gonna be your family, and I'll try to like show them around.
So you now see the dragon form kind of curling its butterfly wings around itself and kind of almost coiling in on itself, looking like sort of an ice cream topper in your
So
hands.
I'll do the.
Now concealed by these yellow and black tinted wings, kind of barely peeking out, looking like it's spying out the top of a teepee.
I'll do the dog thing, and I'll like just put my hand up to it and let it do what it wants to do for a second.
And it actually puts a little few droplets on your hand. And you start to see that it's not severe by any means, but it's kind of peeling away some of the top layers of your skin a little bit. You're not experiencing pain as much as pretty definitive discomfort as you go to kind of quick try and wipe the rest of it off.
He just peed on me.
Friendship.
Did he pee or did it come out of his mouth or his
Caustic pee.
dragon dick?
Well,
Where is the dragon?
yeah.
Does he have acid pee? What is going on?
Yeah.
Did he pee on you or was that
Probably
out of his
something
face?
to do with because dragons don't they usually have like
do you
some
know
sort of
where he
breath
pees
thingy?
from?
Yeah.
No.
So maybe that's what that was. Something to do with. Anyways, so
Do dragons pee out of their mouth? No, they can't.
I don't know.
I'm ignoring
dragons.
Sproigins for now.
I mean, I would assume not,
I would assume not to.
but
Buddy?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll snuggle him closer to my cloak and
Can
stuff.
you come here, please?
I mean, are you going to yell at me? 'Cause
I'm
I tried to
not-
help and then
I-
you yell at me.
I know that was. I'm sorry.
That was kind of mean.
That was mean, and I am wrong. I am sorry.
Yep. Did Sproigins give you my story?
No.
Mm,
Can you come here?
yeah.
Okay. Do you see him?
Yeah.
You helped with him.
Yep.
Thank you, Is.
Uh-huh. Yep, you bet. Mm-hmm. Sure.
You're a real strong boy.
Yep.
Real
yep.
smart. You're the only one who could get him to hatch.
Yep.
This
Yep, uh-huh.
this is your little cousin.
Sure. I'm gonna talk to Sproigins for you just for a minute.
Just 1 second, babe. And I wanna. You did. You did really good.
Okay, it's a good boy. It's a good boy.
You did really good.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's the strong boy. It's
Yeah.
the good boy.
This is a good boy. He's going to be part of our group. But
Okay.
we're going to need your help on how to, like, you know how IS has rules?
Yeah,
So you're going to have
7.
I think there's more, but yeah.
Yep.
I think there's less.
But we're going to need you to help us teach the baby rules because he's just a baby.
Okay, I'll talk to it. Yeah, sure, yeah. So, little thing, don't eat anything. Ever.
He could probably eat chicken.
Unless it...
Or fruits. We haven't figured out what it eats yet.
I still have my comprehend languages up. Not your chicken.
And plus, it's so tiny. I think it's probably fruits or flowers.
God, I'm the only one who can't talk to him.
It's funny. It's a good boy. Tell him. Tell him it's a good boy.
It's a good boy. Very good boy.
See, now he talks to me.
He can.
Yes.
Okay. So
You
we
make
don't.
me very uncomfortable, yes.
Or maybe you should sit down then or something. Find a pillow. Take some time to write something.
It's very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right, what is? The egg is hatched.
Just a story.
Okay.
It's just a new kind of story.
I just want to say thank you for being such a good boy.
Oh yeah, it's a good boy.
It's a good boy.
It's a strong also.
Yes, Is the strongest.
Tell the blue elf.
Walker is the strongest.
Yeah, he is. That's correct.
Okay.
And
It's a nice statement of fact.
yeah. And I just thank you, and I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to help us with the little baby because we all had to help you when you were a little baby, but now we have you who's like more similar to the new baby than we are.
That's okay. I carry him. Just put him on.
Well, I think Hara's gonna carry him for a little bit,
Okay.
kind of like because I used to carry you all the time until you could walk everywhere with us.
Sure. Yeah. Now it's a strong.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
But you didn't always used to be strong. You started out as a little baby.
I mean, it
You're
was
so cute.
always a pretty strong. So.
You were strong
That's
for your
true.
size, but you were only like as big as the little baby, and so you.
No.
No, he was way bigger. I mean,
It's much bigger.
This is smaller than his egg. His
Yeah,
egg is
that's
huge.
that's like a blue elf size. I can't get that to tiny.
That checks out.
That checks out.
So yeah, just put him on. Yep.
You can go.
Like 2 of them.
You can go talk to Sproigins about your
Yeah,
story.
you can go talk to Sproigins.
No, I just am very focused on other things.
Well, I need to find out what this guy eats, and I'm also going to. So
I
his.
smell of the chicken though. We get close.
Okay, Regnans, can you bring us some chicken?
No, not the blue elf chicken. The other chicken. The chicken I like, the good chicken. Yeah, the good chicken. We are close now. I smell it.
What chicken are you talking about?
The good chicken.
Which is the good chicken?
Why are y'all so fascinated about chicken right now?
I think
He makes it
He's
seem
not
like
talking
he's
about actual chicken.
Right.
I'm not talking about a chicken.
like the small chickens that we get that are sometimes
No,
alive
like
and
a
feathery.
big chicken.
A big chicken.
Yeah.
What big chicken?
How many legs on the big chicken?
I mean, like, when I had started, there was like maybe 7. And then when I had finished, there was like maybe 2. Exactly. So we should have found this chicken.
I don't think Is knows how to count. Isn't that a thing?
That's true.
Yeah. He's ran
Did you
into some
smell the
problems
good?
with
Did you
that.
smell the good chicken before I put up the house?
Not too much. I was in my house. It's hard to smell in my house.
So it smells like good chicken here in the house.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you follow that
Open
scent?
the door. Open the door to the mansion. You smell the good chicken much better now?
Roll a perception check for Is at advantage.
Because the chicken check?
Chicken. He has advantage on perception checks relying on smell.
Yeah.
At advantage?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We headed towards a good chicken.
I'm going to close the door before he takes any steps out.
We'll get to that chicken, but We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll eat the other chicken first,
Sure, yeah.
so we can
Do you
save
know what
that
he's
that
talking
bedded
about?
chicken for later.
Okay.
What was his favorite meal?
Chicken.
Yeah, but like,
They're a good chicken. The blue elf chicken.
ask him about our travels.
Was it the giant meat?
No. Is it? Remember that chicken? Do you remember the chicken you had in the Feywild, the blue elf chicken?
Like-
Yeah, the blue elf
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was good.
He smells people.
He smells what?
Oh no, I smell a good, the blue elf people.
What were they called?
The good chicken.
The Eldritch.
Eldritch.
I don't know if
The one that you froze.
The one
That one
The
is that
one
what you're
Then
talking
I
about?
cook him.
Yeah.
And then I eat him.
Yeah,
Best chicken.
that's the
That's
best
what
chicken.
you smell?
Yeah.
All right, so we're close to people. Maybe it's
No,
elves.
Eldritch.
Does Walker smell like good blue elf chicken?
No.
There's a bathhouse here.
So it's
I
not
think-
just.
You didn't say it in game.
Same game.
Did
I'm
the
relatively dirty.
Yeah, excuse yourself for potty breaks going.
did the big the big blue elf that you just ate?
Uh-huh.
Is that like good blue elf chicken? Is that
It's okay. It's not a burn and not a harden, you know, but it's okay. It's not a chicken though.
Okay, so Bud, when we see that good chicken,
Mm-hmm.
you know that there's still the rules of this, right?
This is rules.
if they try to attack us?
It's rules.
You eat all
Anyone
the blue
in clan.
chicken.
If they try and attack anyone in clan.
Eat anyone in clan?
Right, remember you said Sproigins is clan now?
So eat anyone in clan.
No.
Anyone-
If they try and attack anyone in clan.
Interesting. Okay.
Good clarification.
He understands, right? He's not gonna try to eat him.
No,
Yes.
baby is part of clan too, okay?
He's not going to eat
I
you.
mean, he could earn place in clan.
He will? Okay.
Will you hold off on trying to eat him until he earns his place?
Yeah, I cannot eat him now.
Okay. Thank you, Liz. And thank you for helping.
Just going back, I can't remember if we went over this because it was 2 weeks ago. The statues, were they human?
Noid?
Humanesque, yeah.
Okay.
All of them.
But not
Yep.
like defined like, oh, they have a very slender face and
They had like kind of Spartan-esque carved helmets on, so that
Okay.
it was all part of one large stone feature.
okay, but they were
Yeah.
just human-ish.
human-shaped, yes.
Yeah,
Humanoids.
okay.
Anyways, little dude. This is your group. We will all help protect you.
And as you go to kind of reach out, you see the wings coil tighter and the head disappear in, and you now
He's
hold
shy.
a furry-ish kind of yellow-black.
Sorry.
His wings are.
I'm gonna just really gently go in his wing.
You kind of feel him vibrate. Seems more scared at the moment than
Yeah.
anything.
I'm here to help, honey.
So, just so you know, your name is Jin. His name is Jin.
Like DJINN? Like a Jin?
I mean, that's one way to spell it. She's an alcoholic. It's also Gin.
Oh, like the drink.
But
You drink?
sometimes
She used to.
You enabler.
I have a flask that turns everything into ale. Anyways, Jin.
Never seen you
Um,
use it.
She's sneaky,
Mm,
like a real alcoholic.
she didn't say it.
So, Meta, I told Deej every time I'm actually taking a drink is when I'm drinking out of my flask. So I don't have to constantly say I'm being an alcoholic. Anyway, so his
So you're just
name...
mainlining constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So, I'm actually gonna name him after the whole clan. So his name is Jin Spaldis, for you two is, Dwayne Hara. So he's got all of you guys.
Okay, it's not eat himself. That changed things. Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys can, your name is Jin. And I know you're scared, so I don't really have pockets.
Here, I'm gonna pull out an apple and like take a little bite and
He's
put it.
still within there.
I know.
Yeah, he's like
I'm
in
gonna set it on Hera's hands.
Thanks. I'm gonna just cuddle you in the shirt It's gonna be fine. And I'll just like hold on to the apple and like scoop them in between my under layer and over layer, so in case that acid stuff happens, it doesn't go directly on my skin, but he's still like protected.
Okay.
And there's
Make
a little
an animal handling check at disadvantage.
because I treated him like poop, crap and poop
He
put together.
knows that.
Girl.
Well, he wasn't loved.
I don't know if
He
would
was not
know.
loved.
I didn't know
What-
how to love.
We're going in the right direction though, because you didn't immediately just try to scoop the poison up into a vial. So
Yeah, that is true.
Progress.
Yeah.
I didn't try to
You didn't try to loot your animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
animal handling.
Taking the day off from video game logic.
Just tie him to
It's
a
17.
stick.
Just put his teeth into a little vial.
And the apple baby.
Okay.
It's 17.
All right. Noted.
Just running him like the Mad Max fucking blood bag.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
All right. So that's great that you got a baby now.
I'm ready for whatever. He's tucked away.
What are we gonna do?
We have to make it through the goddamn deadly fire hallway.
Is that what,
What are
we're
we
gonna
gonna do with
Yeah, we already came this.
merchant guy?
Terry?
He's always just around.
See if Terry has something to go down the
Should
hallway
we?
with.
I don't know if you want to waste that high level of a spell, but we could plane shift him from here and try to plane shift him to Tarkwaria.
Here's
Don't send him to Tarkwaria. We like Tarkwaria.
here's
That's where he was trying to
Still
go.
welcome in Tarkwaria.
I think if we just be smart about this, we've been able to figure things out. We've just been moving more quickly than we should be. We've been able to figure out all of the traps.
We know there's a shitload of traps, but every
As
single
we spent
button
one episode moving
sets
70 feet.
fire off.
Right. There's obviously these were set up to you either know them and you can get around them, or you don't and you get hurt or die or whatever. But these were obviously set up in a way that you can get around them.
And there was that handle across the way, correct? Is that what we saw? Or just a door?
It's just another door.
So
Okay.
it's
I think you're trying to see if there was a.
it's
Gotcha.
secure, but there's still access.
I'll have you. So Walker and Hara both make intelligence checks.
Do you dice?
Nice.
Intelligence?
It's raw intelligence check.
Natural 17.
Should have rolled.
16.
No modifier.
wish it was an intelligence saving throw.
But both of you, however, do recognize that it seems like the overall direction of these traps and the way it is meant to sort of orchestrate itself is after Skadi was triggered with the trap, it was upon entry from the exterior. This hallway was obscured by an illusion and protected. The chasm and the guardians themselves. You seem to be progressing further and further within this sort of threshold field, this manufactured landmine of sorts that is meant to protect some overall entry point to something. But as you are continuing to move and go forward, it seems as if there's a bit of a curve to the trap's difficulty until you feel you cross whatever that threshold is. That brings you to safety.
Okay.
So, do we try to bypass all the traps or set off all the traps? Because we all
Set
have
'em all off.
we have I mean,
But they might reset. That's
Right.
all.
right. How do we I can do mage hand, but that's only like that's not as far as the
Well,
hallway is.
so we know that anything physical going down that hallway can set off traps, right?
Yep.
And it'll
we do
trap
know that
you in there.
without
Yeah,
pressing the buttons.
I thought we did.
I
you-
threw apples.
And we hit the buttons though, and that's when it set it off.
Yeah, you like somehow hit a button with the apple.
No, I went through the threshold the first time, and then I was like,
To
"It's
the
safe," and then you
threshold.
hit a button, and a new trap went off.
Yeah, but that's still me hitting a button
Yeah.
more than
Anything just going
through
through, you have to trigger it, and the trigger is the buttons.
That's what I'm wondering is if
No, because one of the apples we threw was all the way. She threw it all the way to the door.
No?
No.
No.
Let's try that. Because if we can just fly across, we have a number of people who we can fly you and me, or
We
you
can
can
all
turn
fly.
into stuff. Yeah, but
Right. We all have ways to get across without touching the floor.
But I will also say that it seems that this is also set up to drain one in their crossing. It
Right.
seems.
I would prefer not to.
So we have no idea what's laying on the other side. I'm
Yeah.
just
And I would prefer not to use a higher
right.
spell to get me across.
Yeah.
Let's try throwing the apple all the way across. See where that gets us.
I mean, I could try to do a couple Eldritch Blasts to see if there isn't
Yeah.
like a magical barrier.
Hera, you've gotten a night's rest. Maybe you can take a second look at some of the traps.
And Terry? Just gonna come
Well,
along with us to
well, we don't even know,
unknown-
just-
We'll find out where Terry wants
I mean,
to do when
it
we
doesn't matter to
close the
me if you
mansion.
send Terry somewhere else. But that's a nasty spell for you to use already.
I agree.
Let's just put him in the necklace if we're really that worried about him. And he can maybe take care of new baby.
Nope.
Okay.
He's
new
gonna
baby's
give that
gonna
baby
stay
a potion.
Right here, as
and-
far as I know. Or he'll stay with us because I trust us.
I don't know. His potions are pretty good.
Did you hear
That's
that,
Yeah. He knows. Sproigins told him.
No, but Hara said she trusts you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good boy.
There was writing on the door, wasn't there, or something like that?
He is now getting irritated with it.
Yeah.
I think it was too far away for us to like really see. There was something going on with the door. What do we remember about seeing on the door?
You know that it is this ornate metal carving, sort of this unique red metal that you've been seeing thus far.
But it wasn't words. It was.
No, it's got kind of a collected set of this like filigree piping almost that is part of this either forged or manufactured look overall, but you can't make out much detail from a distance.
It's dark in the hallway though, right? Like not pitch black, but like it's darker.
No,
'cause
it's reasonably well illuminated actually.
Can we see the filigree on the door from where we are?
You can make out vague sort of falling shadows and twisting shapes that sort of resemble decoration, but you're not able to really make out any detail at the distance you're at.
Are they lit up at all?
Don't appear to be. They're glinting and sort of glowing the same way that this metal has on your progress thus far.
But it just looks like it would be like torchlight reflecting off a door more than.
Well, there's
like...
a sort of an odd sourceless light almost draping across the ceiling. That would seem to, it's almost like recessed lighting along these sort of steam piping hallways that line these cutouts. And the machinery and the gear work that is kicking and churning through that seemingly is the source of some of this fire being spit out or whatever the case might be. There's some kind of light source that is in there at some point.
Does the light source look like it moves at all? Like it's flickering torchlight?
Nope. It's like recessed railway lighting that you'd put in a basement roof or something.
Can you send the tiger's eye down there?
Yes. I hate that thing. Are we out?
Okay,
Are
I mean, we
still
can easily
inside?
just step out of the
Can
mansion.
that thing be damaged?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's a magic item, so probably take.
Yeah, I can. I mean, it's just a crystal. It's just got an enchantment on it.
But let me shoot an arrow or an apple first, and then we'll send it across.
You do.
It
an
can't
arrow.
be damaged with the spell. It would have to be damaged in my hands. Do you know what I mean?
No, but if you know what you mean, then that's fine.
It's like
Not the gem of seeing, but the tiger's eye, the thing that you throw out and you move
I don't
it.
throw out an actual object. I throw out a spell.
Oh.
The actual object is in my hand, and then the spell goes within a mile.
Okay.
All right, well, do this. You
Okay.
shoot an arrow and see if anything physical passing through it does shit, and then I'll do some Eldritch Blast to see if
Okay.
magic can get through it.
So what are we doing?
We're stepping outside of the mansion and testing the hallway.
Yeah, so not
Testing the hallway.
not stepping into the threshold where the doors close.
Take me to the threshold.
Yep.
but staying beyond that still.
Okay, sure.
And Walker's going to shoot an arrow down the hallway to the door.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm gonna just.
Okay.
Well, everything's going on.
So
I'm
you
continuing
draw
to
your
pass
bow
away.
back, let an arrow go, and you see it bounce off the door on the opposite side, 75 feet down the hallway. And there is an explosion of splinters and shrapnel as the arrow is decimated upon impact with the door, it would seem.
Like what we would expect an arrow to do when you shoot at a regular door.
Metal on metal is just going to...
We'll deal with that when we get to the actual door.
I don't want to get to the actual fucking door if it's going to explode shit. Eldritch Blast. Nervously.
Eldritch Blast. 3 darts begin to rip down the hallway, curving with arcane energy swirling around. What are you targeting?
Just the door.
Just the door. So 3 various places impacted by these large arcane bursts, and you see the black char spread out across the door as you're used to seeing when the Eldritch Blasts make contact with a solid object, only to see it basically fade away and almost fall off like soot being wiped from a window.
Magical door. Hallways and doors, man.
I know. Welcome to Hallways and Archways.
Random thing from having the sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Can I attune to my armor?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for it.
So I don't forget for
you
the
have to
8th
attune to the...
Oh, yeah,
long
me
rest in a
too.
row.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Both of you can roll. So what do you guys want to do, though?
Can I roll for fun?
Yes,
Yes.
you can roll all the dice you want for fun.
What do I...
That was a good roll.
That would have been
For
a
the
shit
fun roll,
if you would have
yeah.
dropped a 20.
Natural
That would've been a
20.
shit.
What does that mean?
You just attune to it.
Well, no, it takes 4.
Yeah, so you get 1 success.
Not 2. That
What
would be
about
sweet.
a 19?
You're
That's a
super
success.
attuned to it.
Really?
It is.
I'm attuned.
Fantastic.
I'm finally attuned to my pillar
Jesus.
that I haven't remembered to roll for
Oh, is it the
For about-
bones?
3 months.
Yeah. What is it, life, right?
Pillar of life.
All right. I will find that in just a sec.
Excellente.
What do you guys want to do, though?
Oh shit, so magic doesn't do shit to this door.
But it does look like it takes physical damage.
No, it
No, it looks
sloughed
like
it
it-
off and
Yeah, it
looked
looked like
pristine.
it repelled the
Dispel magic does.
physical damage.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we just gotta go
So,
up to it and knock.
Here's the thing about dispelling magic is when Thorol and I were in Tarkwaria.
Who's that?
I'll find it.
That's
Oh, it's a guy that stole some boots and ran off.
and all of our money. He stole all of our
Also
money.
took a shitload of money. Doesn't matter. So
Fine.
when we were down there,
I bet he's a good guy.
slinking around,
I mean, he's probably not bad. He probably
trying
had some
to
problems.
We all make bad choices.
slinking around, there was a door that needed to be dispelled, and a huge burst of magical energy exploded outwards.
How close do you have to be to dispel?
Well, that's what I'm going to try to think about real quick
How far away is this?
while I look in this
75 feet.
book. Oh, dispel magic is 120 feet.
Okay.
So do you want to do it and then I'll shoot another arrow at it?
I'm gonna cast it.
Cast what?
Dispel magic on the door.
Okay. So you see
At
Not breaking the threshold of the
4th
door.
level.
4th
He
level.
said it. He said it.
You push the arcane energy down the hallway. You're seeing the sort of yellowish tendrils begin to spread across the opposite end of the hallway, only seeming to dissipate and curl around the edges, drifting down towards the ground before they fade out of existence, seemingly grasping onto no arcane tethers.
The door's strong. I
Do
just
we
kinda wanna
know?
go
It's just
knock
a
on it.
real good. Well, I wish I.
Do we know of any magical lock or anything like that that would be?
There are spells that could theoretically reinforce or impose a difficult barrier to clear.
Do we know how? Like, do we know what level those kind of spells would be?
You would typically understand, even if you don't know the magic itself, to probably, having gone to Bard, make a Arcana check.
Gross. 12.
So you would know that this is probably a lower level enchantment if it was in play. But your Dispel magic specifically did not seem to interact with magic in any way.
I know we're far away, but does it look like it has that red sheen to it?
Yep. It's kind of a deep, bloodish type red that has a very brilliant refraction, so
Maybe
it's pretty noticeable.
I would assume this would have popped right away, but just to make sure. It's not the same color as my cube at all?
It's not.
Okay.
It is not.
But it's the same color as the door that opened based on the glowing moat.
It is the same color as all of the metallic trim that you have seen thus far.
What was the glowing yellow moat? Anybody who's actually good at magic have any idea?
No?
I mean, I'm not the most book-smarty magic person.
Did we enter the hallway?
More like a gut feel
Yeah.
magic kind of person.
We're like
yeah.
right inside because we were scared the door was going to close behind us.
So we just stepped through the threshold.
No.
Oh, I thought we did.
Oh, initially I think we did.
We have
and then
tested passing through the threshold.
What would you guys like to do?
We are trying to determine how deadly this hallway and door is going to be.
Hara, do you want to check again? To see if you can figure out how to disarm this?
I will check the traps, keeping a close eye to see if there is anything to disarm them
Now that she's
or
gotten some sleep?
make them null and void.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. How far in would you like to check?
Guidance.
Thank you. I don't know what that means.
D4.
When I shut the Eldritch Blast down and it illuminated the sides, did anything stick out as...
The sides are still somewhat illuminated. Like, there's a very dim light lower down along the walls, and like I said, there's almost, I don't want to say a bright light, but probably a normal-ish almost amount of light that's kind of hovering across the top of this sort of curved ceiling.
I want to check the area so that I don't have to enter in the hallway first. And that is where I will start.
Okay.
.24.
24. So you see that the first 10 feet or so do not contain any of these buttons, as far as you are aware. And they seem to have a random scattering, maybe another 30 or so feet down the hallway you can kind of pick up. They are still very subtle, but your keen eyes, knowing what you're looking for within 10 feet, is able to trace them out a little further. But it appears to be a series of randomly placed, non-algorithmically laden sort of pattern that just runs down the length of the hallway. They appear to be mechanical in nature. You could theoretically try to disarm them, but essentially it's just a depression device. And the hallway itself is lined in stone, so unless you can sort of peg each underside of the stone buttons themselves, you would think it'd be very difficult to manually disarm all of them.
Okay.
Could
How
you
many
use
were
your...
there?
You saw at least a dozen.
At least a dozen.
Could you use your paint and like paint on them?
I'll paint around them. I don't want to put any pressure on them at all.
Takes a while. And if you miss one, that seems more risky than
Me
maybe
painting them out so that we can bypass them without
if
stepping
you
on them?
find them all.
We can't just stay here on this side of the hallway.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we...
Is there a ceiling?
Let
Yep.
It's like hallway, right?
It's pretty tall. The
Okay.
pipe has these inlet cutouts, or the hallway has these inlet cutouts that have these machinery pipes and kind of moving gears and pistons that running the length of it, it seems. There is a curved canopy roof about 12 feet up in this hallway that disappears as the rock wall of whatever cave you're in kind of sticks out just a little bit, hiding whatever light source might be sort of spilling through. And you have what I would say is pretty normal amount of light up top that fades to almost a dim down towards the ground floor.
Does it? I ask Hera and look for myself. Does there appear to be any traps on the ceiling?
Make an investigation check at disadvantage.
No.
She was asking me too if there was any.
You've already made your check.
What?
Did I see any on the ceiling?
You did not. You were focused on the ground.
And I don't see any on the ceiling.
Why? Maybe I could try flying across, because if it does close down on me,
You can at least...
I might have the best chance of getting out.
Okay. Between Misty Step and stuff.
Ghosting it. Go for it. Let's do this.
Yeah. Alright.
For glory!
All right, so the golden wings pop out from Walker's armor.
Haste with, or not haste, but like dashing.
Yep.
Or can you dash flight speed? Okay, yeah. And then I'll prepare in my mind etherealness if it becomes
Just at any
necessary.
moment ready to just phase out of existence.
Yeah, but I want to try to stay in physical form as long as possible to see if I can actually make it across.
Okay, sure. So,
Do fire resistance on yourself at all?
the wings flare up. You see Walker begin to hover off the ground briefly before, like Superman taking off, you see him dart immediately forward.
Oh, and I guess before I go, I will do resistance on myself, just in case.
Okay, noted.
Guidance.
And guidance. All
Double
right.
guidance.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, a wisdom saving throw, a constitution. I'm kidding.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
Always, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't know
as,
if there was any of us that was like, that's not true.
as you
wouldn't
get
need to do
to
that.
not a hill.
Walker getting about the halfway point, 40 feet in, you guys see the doors close behind. You are head down, full bore going, and immediately as you kind of hear that, you're still momentum alone carrying you at a blistering pace, and you find yourself across on the other side, right in front of the door. You can now see that the filigree and design work is basically small threaded pipes that are kind of moving into this ornate pattern that from close up now kind of resembles this very odd, angular, mechanical, almost looking tree on the doorway. And as you touch your feet down on the ground, you all see the doors open up again. And near you on the side, on the right side of the doorway, a piece of the floor, about 2 feet long, about a foot wide, lifts up, and you almost hear it scraping as it slides back to reveal what appears to be a small, oblong, curved, kind of white dish filled with dirt.
Great. Now there's a hallway in a dish.
There's a dish full of dirt!
Put your blood in it.
No.
I mean, like, maybe.
I'll put
What
my
kind?
hand down in the dirt to see. Wait, yeah, no, I'll put my hand down into the dirt to see if there's like something inside of it.
Okay? So as you begin to roil around and kind of push things in there, your hand eventually finds what appears to be a small seed, probably about the size of a gold coin, shaped
Like the-
somewhat like an almond.
Weirdest version of Double Dare flag grab.
So, but it's like, it's hard, right? It's like, yeah.
It's
okay.
it seems to be some kind of seed.
Are there any words or anything?
Well, as you pull it and grab it out, you now see what appears to be a kind of dance of lights. And it is not unique to the door, but you can see from these hooded archways that kind of fold in, allowing the ceiling to have this sort of recessed look, almost like a regalness to this cave structure to a certain extent. A number of colored lights seem to almost now hover gently as they are ominously lighting themselves. But as you're kind of standing around, you now look back and you see what appears to be the tree with a number of colored lights, beams cast onto it in such a way that as you kind of step out of the way of these lights and look at the door now, the pipes are almost painted in various colored lights. And peering up, you can see that these crystals are sort of generating this light source, casting it on the door. The tree itself now has this kind of strangely brown hue contrasting against the red metal, seemingly outlining a trunk with a number of green sort of bolts highlighted with light as well that seem to resemble a collection of leaves.
It wants us to leave.
I need to know more about this tree.
You guys should fly over.
What did you find?
Money and a tree. And there's still the door.
Tree? What do you mean a tree?
There's a metal tree.
I'm gonna-
Shiny,
How big is it?
elegant.
We
Do you
can't
have
leave
that
Terry
smile
behind
on
you
your
guys.
face,
He's still in the
dude?
mansion.
I would say now from this distance, especially with it being a little bit more illuminated, you're not able to make out any detail like Walker is up close, but you can kind of see with blobs of color and understanding kind of what you might have been looking at before, you do recognize now that there kind of resembles this loose stained glass window appearance of a summer tree, essentially, on the door.
Just come over here.
Terry's still in the mansion.
I wanna Whitney Houston Bobby, but
Well, if he doesn't, I can just take the mansion down and he'll fall out.
Is there?
I just
is there
don't
any
know.
opening for a small seed-like gem at the bottom of the tree trunk?
Does not appear to be.
Okay.
Is there a doorknob?
I mean, is there a doorknob on the door? Okay. No.
Is it actually?
Just come over
Is it
here.
actually a door?
Make
or
an
is it a-
investigation check.
Is it a picture? Might not be a door.
I need Terry. Terry, get your butt down here.
16.
What do you need Terry for?
I'm going.
We're leaving this area.
Oh, you want to put him in the necklace?
Yeah,
So you eventually do see Terry come running down. Oh, he?
we're moving. We're leaving the mansion
Well, I mean, this one's quite nice, though. Why would you want to?
because it's gonna go away after a little bit, and we've got to continue on with our mission.
You
wanna
falling
get
on
in the
hard
necklace?
times?
You want to get in the
I
necklace?
sort of feel like if you need some help, I can try and spare some gold.
You want to get in the necklace?
Yeah, that'd be great, Terry. Shit's hard out here.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. You can pay me back anytime.
Faltor. Yes,
With
bud.
hesitation.
Faltor. Faltor. Okay. I'm going to wild shape into a falcon,
Okay.
and I'm going to just jut across as fast as I can,
Okay.
following about the latitude that
Okay.
Walker did.
You zoom forward as you get to the halfway point. You see the doors close again. Open up, and you have seemingly arrived at the other side in a quick dash.
Okay. I'm gonna land
Okay.
right next to Walker and drop one.
Okay. So you now see a much finer detail of what Walker recently encountered. What was your investigation check?
16.
And as you land, Walker draws your attention to a small stone platform right in front of the door, at the base of it on the floor, that seems to almost be a perfect size match for the strange vase/gardening pot of Walker's discovery as well.
With the seed?
Well, I mean, seeds. It was small.
Can I see it?
I mean,
He's my seed.
Give her your seed, Walker.
No.
I just want that seed. The one in your hand.
It took me a moment.
this one.
Yeah.
Slow.
Good for you. Good for you.
It's not like nature-y.
That's fine.
It's a seed. What the fuck you mean? It's not nature-y.
It's gold.
Is
No.
it gold?
It's hard.
It's about the size of a gold piece.
Like a seed.
A fucking almond is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I was under the impression it was the same, like, rocky... You can have the fucking seed.
Take this.
Okay, I want to put it back in the dirt.
Okay.
Like, and cover it with a little bit of dirt. And see if I can pop that bitch open.
Doing what?
Druid craft.
It does not appear to react.
It's not a real seed.
Is there enough room over
Is
there for
Druid
all of us?
craft instantly...
You have no idea?
Buds
Guys, is there enough room for all of us to stand on wherever you're at?
I'm gonna look around. Is there?
You haven't set off any traps. Make an investigation check.
8.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all fit.
Yeah.
Definitely enough room.
After you, good sir.
Y'all should have just gone in the necklace.
Yeah,
I wanted to see the seed.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Saving, conserving spell slots.
Well, what are we all gonna do? I'm just gonna hang back until you get that door open.
And then you're just gonna dimension door over
Yep.
here? Okay.
I'll wait here.
I was gonna say, why don't you just dimension door
So
here
you're the
over
smart
there?
magic one.
I could,
okay.
but I
Except
don't
for I
wanna
have a
use
baby
the-
dragon.
I don't want to use that's yeah. I also don't want to use a fourth level right now.
He can only.
Can I
transport one
go
of
up
us.
to the... I'd like to go examine the pedestal. Is there anything other than...
The pedestal?
Yeah, the slab in front of the door.
It's not a pedestal per se, it's just a square tile of this stonework that appears to be slightly different in color and of almost the exact same shape as this planter.
So like you just take that pot with the dirt on it and put it on there?
Do that.
Okay.
Put your seed in the door.
I can't believe it took me that long to understand
Yeah,
that
for real.
joke.
Does this thing look super heavy? Like,
I mean,
or is it
I'll
just like a little bowl
I'm-
with some dirt?
I mean, you know, it's big. It's probably like 8 inches tall. It's not heavy,
But
but
is it like we got 2 mana by OSHA protocols
No,
here?
not quite,
Like-
no. It's a normalish planter. It's probably, like I said, more heavy than you'd want to just carry around, but you can move
What
it.
about someone with a -3 strength modifier?
I mean, you'd struggle more than others for
Okay.
sure.
Put
mean,
on
I'll
your
help.
fucking
Let's open the
safety
door.
belt.
You want to help me move this pot? Okay.
Okay, so we'll say that the two of you then, without too much issue, are eventually able to sort of align the planter in this unique position outside or directly in front of the door at the base.
And the seed is in the dirt.
What? I don't. Did anything?
Do your water trick on it.
So as you squirt water onto the seed, you see the water soak into the dirt, and immediately the seed seems to sprout these small tendrils, and matching almost the alignment you see on the door. This tree, maybe about a foot or so tall, a foot or so wide at its ultimate canopy point, seems to have sprouted out and has a birchish kind of white central base and branches, and you hear and you now encounter a small circular room, probably about 15 feet across, another red door with a tree that also appears to be on it. And as you are looking and the door finishes the apex of its opening sequence, you see these crystals along the perimeter ceiling of the roof light up and begin to shine as if refracted directly onto the door to paint a picture. Now the leaves are blue. The tree appears to be rotated about 45 degrees.
Like it's perfectly upright, but it's like this.
It's the same image, it seems, at least approximately, but it's rotated about 45 degrees, and it seems as if the leaves are blue.
Does anything about this tree look familiar to me?
I mean, it's not even a very accurate depiction of a tree. It's very stylized and stained glass in its sort of appearance. It's sort of casted with light, so the edges aren't super clean. You're basically getting an overall image. You see it almost more clear as your eyes blur.
Okay.
Skadi, can you talk to that tree?
Not right now.
It's not equipped.
Yeah, I'd have to hang out for a little bit.
How far can you fall toward things?
We've never tested.
Is there anything in the circular room that I can see currently?
Make an investigation check.
A lot of those going
I
on
think
right
there'd
now.
be. It's probably like 10 feet.
19.
Okay. So as you take a quick peek around, there are pillars that line the interior of the room, seemingly attached to the roof, 8 in total, running the perimeter. And as you're kind of looking closely, it seems as if each pillar also has these oddly positioned black dots, all pointed towards the central portion of the room.
I feel like that's a trap.
Yeah, I feel like that's a trap as well.
Shall we cross?
No. I mean, you can you can go.
At least make it not into the room, but to where they are.
Is there? Yeah, they said there's space for us down there.
I'll carry you and fly so you can save midgets.
Is there space down the hallway for her to fly and also carry me?
Same as Walker experience, yeah.
Yeah, but she's going to be carrying me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't make her wider than her wingspan would be, though.
No.
He's saying slower.
She's got to carry my body weight.
Yeah. Well, she's welcome to try. That's up to you guys.
But you're dainty on purpose.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I will pick him up.
Okay.
Be careful of my dragon.
Are you like cradling me like
Yes, princess style.
wedding day crossing
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. Ooh.
was so easy, I don't even think I would look back to make sure y'all made it. So.
16.
16. Okay,
Not
so
10.
you have Sproigins sort of cradled, and actually, I'm sure he'll be very cooperative at this particular point, so I'll give you advantage on that too. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm very trusting.
Then can I
Just
instead of
unuse her luck.
unuse my luck?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess I didn't know that you did actually, but
Yeah,
very
I
well.
got a 3 and then whatever.
Copy. All right, understood. I also need you to make a concentration check.
So I don't squish my
So you
little
don't
baby.
drop me.
That's just going in jail. Concentration.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Your Constitution score.
Just a check?
Yep.
9.
9. Fantastic. So.
Also, that one.
So, Sproigins is grabbed up by Hera's surprisingly strong and powerful form.
I know she's strong and
A
powerful.
couple steps backwards, a couple quick steps forwards as she leaps into the air and begins flapping her wings as hard and as fast as she can. Slower than would probably be ideal given the circumstance. The doors close behind you. They do not seem to open again as you now hear this roiling whir and spin begin to kick up before you are able to land on the other side, and you feel that the noise seems to settle as soon as you had landed. Scared and sort of nervous, that's when you hear the and look back in the hallway, and about 25 feet back you see the little newborn dragon
I tucked him into my shirt.
and did not
I
concentrate on
Drop
him.
you, and I go back for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna take.
Like instantaneous. Like I don't like straight up blank, but
Well,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
like.
take a point of bludgeoning because I landed.
I would just mark myself
Yeah,
for this
ass
damage
bone
quick.
hits
And
the little-
I panic, double dash, scoop.
So as you
Swoop and scoop.
hear this cry, turn out you see the wings open up, and it's kind of nervous, and now its tiny, skinny, long legs and arms are kind of...
Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! I'm coming, baby. Jin, don't you do it!
I need you to roll percentage dice.
Wow. Fucking murdered.
Natural 1. Roll percentage die.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Raven Queen.
Do it now.
What is this? Percentage dice?
89.
89.
Oh, a good
Okay.
year.
I don't know
Yeah.
what this means.
It's the best year.
So you immediately fly, making it to the small, sort of scared, terrified form of Jin, sort of beginning to take these baby deer steps around and kind of look, and its yellow-black wings are kind of flapping erratically. And as you go down and quick scoop them, you hear it and immediately begin to turn around. The doors that you first originally entered into still remain closed. And as you're all moving forward, Sproigins kind of just getting up inside the doorway. Walker and Skadi kind of investigating the room beyond. You see the
I will cover my baby and
doors
take
in front
all
of
of
you
the damage.
close.
I'm doing super scoop. Like, I will protect. He's not going to die.
So the door with the tree closes?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll have you make another concentration check. And actually, before that, I'm going to say that if you want to devote your energy to protecting Jin, you will not get a saving throw for this. It's going to be one or the other. You're going to try and avoid damage, or you're going to try to...
I am protecting Jin.
Okay. Make a concentration check.
How long does
Guidance last?
You still have it?
1 minute.
Just a minute?
Yeah.
So I don't still have it?
I'm gonna say no at this point.
Okay.
And I probably wouldn't be concentrating on it.
As soon as that door opens.
Wait, who did I cast guidance on? You?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bad roll. I just don't know if I should just try to get something better.
This is your baby. You're not even going for a saving throw. I think you already answered that before you decided.
Okay, well that didn't do me any good. It's 18.
18. So, as you are flying forward, you see the doors begin to close, and just put your hand on the crease where the two doors folded into the middle before you hear almost what sound like that pilot light emission kick on in the middle of the hallway. And as you turn around, you see a wall of fire kick out directly in the middle, creating this sort of masking wall of flame before another set of pipes create another wall. And as they begin to move closer and closer to you, angular jets begin to fill the room, and it seems like the entirety of this hallway, starting with the middle and pushing out towards the doors in this sweeping movement, is kicking out, pushing directly towards you. Instinctually, you cover yourself, trying to put yourself in the best position possible to cover your dragon, not able to maneuver your cloak or body in the way that you normally would to avoid at least a portion of these kinds of damage. You do take 46 points of fire damage.
Is that halved?
Why would it be?
Because I have fire resistance. Because I'm a fireborn.
That's correct. So yeah, that would be half still then. It's just fire damage.
So 23.
And we'll say the ability to sustain more fire damage than others allows you to monitor, maintain, and keep track of your purpose and focus. And there is a scream and shouting whir from within your sort of clutched grip underneath your cape. And the flame starts to lick across your back, searing in pain, but you just focus down as the fire kind of creeps under your armor and onto your shoulders down within. But after a brief moment, it seems as if the jets retract and the tree door opens once again.
And I did not think my baby dragon was touched at all during this?
It seems as if it was able to make it out without taking any damage, yes.
Okay.
Your body, in fact, shielded the dragon from its fire damage.
Because that would just be like me killing it the day it was born. Barely got you out of the egg. Now I squish you on day one. Jen, are you okay? I'm so sorry. Stay in my armor and you will be protected. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I think when you were carrying me over, maybe I hit him out.
I need to like make a pocket for him in my shirt.
You see him kind of go back into his ice cream cone wing wrap.
It's okay, baby Jen. It's okay.
Looking back to look at the tree and seeing them. Maybe you want to get out of the hallway?
I step out of the hallway.
All right, so
And then
all of you enter the next room.
I put him.
I'm gonna look through my bag
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have a pouch.
and find what I used to carry Issen before we got the necklace.
Okay.
I might have.
It's like a sling.
That was the...
Egg
oh,
sling.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay,
I was thinking
sure.
it was adamantium.
Yeah.
Oh no, just like a
That
sling.
you guys got
I
rid of.
have this.
The
this-
adamantine what?
No, we still have that.
We still have the adamantine.
Interesting. Okay.
So why
I have
her
this
bag can't carry
arcane
anything?
pack that I used to have some components
I
in.
think I'll be able to do something with this sling. Thank you.
Yeah, we still have it because we were discussing waiting until Is was fully grown and we're gonna make him armor out of it.
Okay.
So the stepping in the tree that's tilted, does it look like it's on like a thing that spins? And that
Looks
could
like
get
it might be. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Also, how many crystal shards are there?
They seem to line the ceiling of the room.
What about the colored gems?
That's those.
Oh, that is those.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what's illuminating the room and
Gotcha.
causing the colored light.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna spend whatever time they're looking to make the thingy like really hug and close to me, so I can like feel him, not like a side saddle.
So like across your chest kind of thing?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think that was for your egg more than.
Yeah.
And he's much smaller than that, is my understanding.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make it his size, as close to me, so he's not gonna like pump out.
He's probably about the same size as his egg.
Okay, so he'll fit perfectly, and it's just gonna be like
Yep.
a carrier that's like right there, because I don't want him to fall out again.
14 on investigation.
You can pretty easily determine that this thing is not a individual piece. This is the door built in, because you can still even see the crease in the door where it would open. The angle itself just appears to be the design, not part of some separate rotating mechanism.
Okay.
I'd like to fire an arrow across the room to the other red door.
Okay, so you line up another arrow, pretty easily let it go, and you see the arrow shaft again shatter into dozens of pieces.
Nothing triggers in the room, and
Doesn't appear to.
When I have time after my whatever, I would like to check for crits.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
The like holes and stuff on the pillar that's facing towards the middle.
Mhm.
Does it look like what's in the middle of the room? Does it look like another pedestal or like stand for another tree?
No, you do see what appears to be sort of a rotating, or not a rotating, but a circular pattern of stonework kind of coming out from the middle on the floor that's just kind of ornate. Doesn't seem to signify or suggest any kind of symbolism otherwise. However, there is a small black hole in the middle of that room that is otherwise at the moment unidentified.
Does it
22.
For traps? Yes, the room is definitely trapped. It seems as if these mechanisms have some kind of glinting metal concealed within. The hole itself appears to, as you look down, there is emptiness and blackness, with the exception of what appears to be a small, white, rectangular, almost marble-looking platform that's about 6 inches below the hole.
This room is trapped so much.
I mean,
And it
coming
was
from these
a
hallways,
recess.
yeah.
The triangular thing.
The triangular thing?
The thing in the hole
What
that she
was
just
the
saw?
thing in the hole?
The
It
marble
appears to
thing?
be a
Rectangular.
marble tile, if you will, that's probably about a couple feet long, maybe a foot wide.
Like about the same size as the planter?
What's the rough distance to the other door?
15 feet?
Okay, so it's a small room.
It is.
Does the hole in the center, does that look like that would, the tree that was in the planter right outside could get pulled up and put right into that hole?
You could probably try to do that, yeah.
The whole planter? The whole
No,
basin?
not the planter, just like taking the tree out of the planter that grew and putting the plant, like
Why
the
don't we
actual
try
tree.
with the whole basin first?
I'm gonna try and lift the planter.
Yeah, it still weighs the same. It's still a planter.
Okay.
So, hold
Even
on.
with the tree.
How heavy is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a bonsai.
Yeah, it's
kinda,
like it's not like a dense, thick, massive tree. It's like, an inch in diameter.
So,
How heavy is this planter?
20 pounds, maybe?
Bummer. I was gonna say mage hand it over there.
I mean, it's still pretty sizable and hefty, but it's just like dirt and
I
small
think we
tree.
should focus in on this ornate tree stuff here. I think if we can figure out this, we can kind of figure out what the whole point of what's going on here. There's a reason why it's a tree. There's a reason why it's a bud tree opens the door. Like, there seems to be a method to whatever's going on here. And to get from one step to the next, we just need to kind of follow the breadcrumbs, essentially. So,
Is there another planter in this room?
does Skadi, does the tree and the shards, do they nothing?
It's birch-like, which it's native
Kira's
to.
It's-
Yeah, I'm all for it.
It seems rather strange. Well, maybe not. I don't know. The shift from the metal to the shards. I guess they're still gems, though.
I mean, it does seem a little weird to have something very natural in down here with all this machinery and like a lot of man-made stuff.
I would assume it's testing what type of person you are, what type of magics you have.
So we needed.
Birch. Does birch mean anything?
It's just my favorite tree.
No, I know, but I mean, like, but why birch?
Probably because we're right outside the northern. Like it's a northern tree. It's cold where we just came from.
Yeah.
So that would be my assumption.
I mean, I've seen plenty of trees in the cold.
Okay,
Yeah, but
Does the plant look like a normal plant, or does it look unusual?
I mean, it's a little bit scraggly. It looks almost more like it's kind of like one of those paperworks or paper mache kind of things, but even with its odd appearance, it still looks natural. It appears to be like a realish tree, but in a way that you probably wouldn't expect a normal tree to form, but still tree enough.
Is there a way to put this body sling underneath my armor
You're welcome to try.
without crushing my baby?
You're welcome to try.
I would like to try.
Cool. So Hera's going to take the next 5 minutes to remove her armor.
So we needed to use water to get this door open, perhaps.
Well, we need water to have the tree grow.
Yeah.
But
Carry
a
the
tree-
planter over and freeze that
That's
shit.
what I was thinking.
What?
Just carry the planter over.
But careful, it's trapped like a mofo.
Shit.
I
Well,
mean, I don't know what mofo means.
none of
A
us
lot.
have even stepped in the room yet, so
They were all in the room.
Yeah, you're all in the room.
I thought we were still in the
Oh no.
No, I set everything on fire, so you guys were safe, and me and the baby were not.
I thought there was the hallway, then the opening where the door is, and then another room past that door.
Yeah, we stepped into the door, in through the door.
I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
I'm gonna go grab the planter at least.
Okay.
I vote we go put this in the thing.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor real quick, right before she puts it down.
I'm
I-
going to
Cast
If-
Oh
away.
no, Blade Ward.
If we're able to walk in this room a little bit, can I get within eye range to spot out one of these black gems or whatever they are? Like, can
It's just the black holes on the columns. Right?
oh, they're
There's
not
no black
I
gems.
assume that
That's
fire
where the-
shoots through them.
It looks like a metal glint, probably some sort of weapon or projectile shoots out.
I'm going to hang on. Does anyone have, before I do this, because I assume she's correct, does anyone have 100 gold worth of diamond dust? Or did we use it all for greater restoration?
I gave it to
You
somebody.
guys
We used it.
Yeah, you don't have any left.
Yeah,
Okay.
we used it
I
all.
think I had the last bit.
I think,
yeah.
and we used it for
Well,
the baby.
I had 50 gold worth. Did I give it all?
You gave that. You gave
Yeah.
it up. You gave
I did
that
not
to me,
cross
which then I
that
gave
off.
it to Skadi.
I'm
It's
just
crossed off now.
I'm gonna just walk, but I'm gonna be very careful to like look at the floor and see if I see any traps while
Can
I'm
you
trying
wait
to walk.
until I have armor back on?
I mean, she would have seen traps leading up to it because she saw there's trap in the thing.
I will wait for her to put her armor back on. But that's my plan.
Okay. So eventually you do put your armor back on after securing your sling underneath. Go ahead and make a general intelligence check here.
You've been good to me. Okay? We do this. This is a dirty 20.
Okay. So eventually Hera puts her armor back on with the baby dragon secured within.
And focus. I didn't squish it. It's breathing.
You don't know, it's extremely small and now kind of pressed against the interior underneath your armor.
I can't tell.
I'm gonna go for it now that she has her armor back on.
You go
Okay.
do that.
So what are you doing exactly?
I'm going to, so I'm gonna like be holding it and just kind of like watch where I'm stepping very carefully. Just put the planter in the rectangular thing.
Is there anything under the planter?
No, it's a rounded white
Okay.
base. It's relatively, it almost looks like a half moon, kind of like half a full moon.
I just didn't know if there was any indentations that it would.
Didn't seem to. No,
Okay.
pretty smooth. Some kind of glossy clay, very rudimentary. It looks common from what you probably would see. And as you kind of set the planter down over the whole
Blade ward.
you hear, again, mechanical shifting, a small whir kick up as arcane energy seems to be doing something in the marble platform Hera had informed you all about. Appears through the floor, picks up the planter, and then begins to hover about 1.5 feet off the ground.
The planter does?
On top of this marble tile.
But the door remains closed.
It does.
I'm gonna water it.
Is there space in between the platform and the planter?
Cast wind.
Nope, it's resting on the
Okay.
tile. Yep.
Does water do anything?
Doesn't appear to.
I would like to use Mage Hand. Step back. What?
I like this idea.
Either cast wind or tilt it to the same direction as the blue tree.
That's what I'm trying to do. Is I wanted you to get out of the way so I can use Mage Hand to like just push it until it's at that angle. I'm not gonna pick it up, but 10 pounds I can.
I'm gonna back it just away like a
Move
couple
it.
feet.
So I'm gonna try to tilt it on the planter so it matches the angle on the door.
Okay. So you put the mage hand just on the very edge, and now that this sort of rounded platform base is sitting on this marble tile, levitating in the air, you see it kind of roll and rotate as the mage hand pushes it down. You see the gems all go out. Everyone please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Okay.
Dirty 20.
25 for you, boy.
27.
10. You take 30 points of piercing damage. You take 15, 15, and
Oh,
none.
And I think I take half that because Blade Ward.
That's also correct, yes. So you will take 7 points of damage.
Is my baby okay? I check.
It's in your armor. It's going to be another series of taking it off and putting it back on if you want.
I want to know if it's alive.
Well,
Okay.
then I wouldn't have strapped it and secured it underneath your armor probably.
Okay. I'm going to.
Are all the lights still off?
No, as soon as the noise kicks in, you actually see the black points kick out. Spears jump out into the middle of the room to form this octagonal star pattern. And then from the large, sort of thick oaken shafts that are pushing these spears outward, you see a number of black holes open on the side that stick spears out into the rest of the room, creating this pattern of sweeping wave of spear protrusions. Some of you taking more damage than others, being unable to adjust to it. However, as soon as they deal their damage, pull the spear tip out of you, Hera having just narrowly turned in time, they all suck back into their main shafts and the spears disappear back into the pillar walls.
And the door is shut.
Door remains shut and the lights, the crystals, kick back on.
I'm gonna try air. So water was the last one. I'm gonna try air and use Druidcraft to do a breeze over the tree.
Okay. So as you begin blowing your air on the tree, you see the planter begin to kind of rock a little bit, and it gets to the rotational point and stops, holds in place.
Blade Ward.
And
Again.
I'm going to ready to jump.
You see the marble platform begin to lower down towards the ground, disappear beyond the floor before the tree goes back to rotating again. Now you see the leaves blown off, disappeared a little bit from the original tree that was grown from the seed, and
What made you think of using wind?
I mean, like, I said it.
Yeah, she said it. And
Yeah,
also,
right.
do you want meta why I thought of that? Or?
No, I
the
never
room
want that
beyond.
She said wind, and I assumed wind over fire or we did water.
Like
We-
using the elemental.
Elements.
yeah, elements. I thought wind was correct because it was floating.
And I thought it because the other tree on the thing was, like, all tilted like it flew over.
Y'all are smart.
The
And then also Captain Planet.
room you can see beyond
element.
now illuminates, and it appears as if starting from the central portion in what appears to be now a dome-like roof that you can barely see inside, the room has a certain blue tinge almost sort of bleeding across in this swirling pattern that almost looks like distant spray paint was put across in this arcing circle all the way across the room.
What shape is this room?
This is circular as well.
Circular.
As you move sort of closer just to get a peek before making your next moves, you almost see that the walls dance with a certain amount of glitter. And across the way, you see another red door, illuminated now with glowing crystals from unseen locations within that appear to cast the same tree again, but this time now completely devoid of any colored leaves whatsoever. The whitish, grayish, brown trunk standing resolute on its own, seemingly the only fixture on the door.
Very gingerly, because so far this has been working, I'm gonna pick up the planner and walk forward, not really being as careful this time, to set it in the next room.
Okay.
Does it look like fall on this one? Like it's cold?
I would
mean,
say
it's
that it's
winter.
glittery. He said glittery.
Right.
Like snow,
well,
ice.
Yeah, that's what I meant by cold more than
Yeah.
like or like fall when all the leaves.
Everything's frosty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna guess fire for this room because 1, it's winter, and then 2, because it's all like
I mean, we just came from a hallway full of fire.
right. I'm just thinking, I'm gonna set it down, and I'm gonna put a bonfire in it.
Hey, shit, this might work. All right, Blade Ward.
You didn't set it down on anything specific?
No,
You just
on
said-
Well, tell you
the
what.
middle.
Well, I haven't even described the room to you, and you just ran in and threw
I
the
just-
planter in there. So, you see the archway around the door on the opposite side, the tree illuminated with just the trunk now and the branches seemingly devoid of leaves, and you have 4 pedestals within the room, and what appears to be a central pedestal, all of which are about 3.5, 4 feet or so high. Kind of the circular discs, the circular pedestal in the middle, maybe about 2 feet across, the 4 pillars on each other side, maybe a foot across.
So it was not the room that was glittery?
No, the room still has the exact same hue and description I gave
The
you
walls.
before. Yeah.
The walls
The
are
walls
glittery.
Got it. Okay.
Don't set it on fire just yet.
I mean, it depends on whether what she said is already in.
Did she
motion.
set it on fire?
You had 0 information to act on, so I will give the party the benefit of a little bit more figuring out before your impetuousness makes a
Yeah.
decision.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah, let's all cross this room. I'm gonna follow the same pathway she did.
Okay.
Harry, you want
I
to
want to.
find the traps in this room first?
I mean, there was a shitload of traps in that other one.
Yeah.
Can I look at
Well,
the
my
4
wings are
pillars?
still out, so
Just from where I am.
Mhm.
I want to take a closer look at the 4 pillars.
Okay.
Are they just pillars?
Well, they're pedestals, right?
Yeah, from a distance, sure they look like pillars, yeah.
Okay.
Pedestals.
They're
let
all the
us
same
let
though?
us get to the next.
They appear
room, too.
uniform in shape and size, yep.
Do they have any of the holes like the other one did?
You can go in the room and investigate if you
Oh
want.
yeah, I would assume we would all be in the room.
Okay.
Can
go.
I please cross the room and look out for traps so that they can follow me and not die?
All right, both of you can go ahead and make an investigation check.
9.
18.
Okay, so you do not have anything unique brought to your eye as this room is still awash with sort of reflected light.
We'll say
And-
I just was looking specifically at the pillars and I see no black holes.
Yeah.
We're good.
You don't see anything that seems like a signature trap. What did you say you rolled?
I rolled an 18. Is there any way, because I already got a higher roll, to say that the whole room was trapped? Would I remember anything on the floor, too?
What?
What?
No, stop fishing for extra
Well,
rolls.
This is
No.
a whole new room.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were crossing the first room.
We're already out
Yeah, the
of
door
there.
opened. We're in the new room now.
Thank you.
With 4 pillars and the central pillar.
Okay, then
right?
yeah, I just got an 18 in that room then.
You do not notice anything that stands out to you as being trap-like.
I don't see anything, but
Probably
there
means
was those stairs.
whatever we do triggers this here.
All right, it looks cold. Looks like the shit would be cold to me. Is there a temperature change in any of these rooms?
No.
Could I Can I rub my hand on the wall near the door there? See if like it is anything or like comes off.
Your fingers dance across the pipework.
Is it cold? Is it warm?
It's a little cool, but compared to maybe setting your hand on the stone nearby, it seems as if it is consistent with the temperature. You might say it's getting a little bit warmer as you're moving closer in, as the wind is being cut off from the mountains you had traversed, and it's probably not just the bitter chill. It's more the missing chill rather than the room's warming up, but you are sensing that there is maybe that shift in temperature.
And the tree, does it have those same crystal-like things, or is that the void of leaves part?
No, none of the doors ever had crystals on them.
No, you said tree.
Like the gems
you
were
said
the
it was
leaves?
like the tree from the first room, correct?
Had light reflected onto the door through these crystals that were along the ceiling.
Oh,
Crystals have never been in the door.
I thought
No.
they were hanging on the tree.
No.
And this tree here is just barren.
It seems to be.
What's around the roots or the base of the tree?
Just roots.
Just roots?
Yeah, it's just a
I don't think
outline
there's
of
a
the
way
tree.
for us to determine based on looking at a door whether it's devoid of leaves because it's cold and they all fell off or they were burnt off.
Does the bark on the tree or the stump look like it was charred, or does it look like all the other
You
ones?
don't get anywhere near that differentiation. This is still a very loose, blotchy, splotched color outline.
And what did the pedestals look like?
They look like
They're
pedestals.
just
No
circular.
weird.
No, they're typical column-like pillars that have
I looked at them. They're
rounded
good.
platforms on top. Yeah.
Skadi, maybe you want to put the plant on the center pedestal, and then we'll stand each on a pedestal.
Is there enough room to stand on each of the pedestals?
They're a
They're
foot
about
wide.
a foot wide, yeah. If you wanted to.
Sure.
I don't know.
Oh, that works.
Or is it like
Yeah, I only need to be within 120 feet, I think. So.
Yeah, how far across is this room? Same distance?
Yep, it's about another 15 or so feet circumference room.
So I'm gonna set it down and I'm gonna walk
Or
towards.
diameter room, not circumference. That would be a very small room.
I'm gonna walk towards the pedestal.
Okay.
The one that's to the right of the door that we're trying to head through.
To the right.
We're
of the
already
door.
in the door.
No, the next door, across the hall door.
Okay. You don't see a pedestal in front of the door or anything like that at this point.
Where are the 4 pedestals?
They're aligning what you would call the
Around
corners, the
Right.
quadrants
The
of
thing,
the
So I
room.
want to go to the one that is to the right. So I'm assuming this is the room.
first one to the rightest of the
Right.
door in the
Here's where we
office?
come in.
Mhm.
Here's the here's the middle thing.
Okay.
Here's the door we're trying to head to.
Yep.
I want to go to this one
Okay, understood. And you want to put the planter there.
in the middle. I put the planter in the middle first.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
and then I
sorry.
walk to the pedestal.
Fantastic, excellent.
Yeah,
Does it do anything when she
No.
puts it on the pedestal?
So, as you set the pedestal down, which is already 3 or so feet off the ground, you see it now levitate off, and this disc almost emerges from the central pedestal that you see. And as it does, subtle as it may be, especially for your new form, confusing and unfamiliar, you get a small burst of heat. And as you kind of look in, you see that there's almost this burning ember coal underneath that is now kind of seeping out, and the walls of the room almost deepen to a little bit more of a blue. You then navigate over to your pedestal. Nothing else seems to happen. The planter now hovers approximately 5 feet in the air in the middle of the room.
Very convinced of what is going on. I'm going to jump on my pedestal, climb onto my pedestal, and be like, "All right, let's go, guys."
I'll get on the pedestal.
Why do we need to get on a pedestal?
I don't know. 'Cause
just do
it's-
the thing.
It seems
Cobra,
seems
Cobra.
right. There's 4 of them, 4 of us.
Cobra, my man.
Maybe it's wrong.
What?
Just get on a pedestal.
Alright, I'm gonna
Lilo.
confusing and begrudgingly stand on a pedestal.
I will
Okay.
also stand on a pedestal.
Do you want to cast Blade Ward?
Not yet. Depends on what happens.
Anything happens as we stand on these pedestals?
You guys ready?
You got it?
Yeah,
All right.
I got all of them. I'm gonna I'm within 6. We'll do the bonfire. I was not going to do the bonfire, but I'm gonna put a bonfire on the.
Okay. So, as the bonfire illuminates and almost surrounds the planter as it hovers in air. The fire begins to consume it and kind of creeps over the edge of the planter before the platforms you're all standing on. You see them open.
I thought they were just gonna go shooting up into the ceilings and we all get squished. And the next person that comes in is like, oh, weird, there's a tree and paste.
What does the paste mean? The almost like unfolding from the central portion into this sort of conical camera lens reveal. Now the pillar.
We just like opens up and our legs are like.
Yeah, the platform you stand on, forcing your legs all to edge out to the very
Jean-Claude Van
perimeter.
Damme.
You see them begin to burst with blue energy. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Would we be doing this if we were not standing on the pillars?
It wouldn't be at disadvantage.
Oh no!
That didn't sound like the right roll.
I'm good.
I mean,
I'm good.
this is fine.
27.
23.
22.
Had a natural 20 in there.
It wouldn't have been much better if it wasn't a disadvantage. Don't worry, guys.
Just standing on fire.
I'm resistant to that now.
Yeah.
So are you.
The pillar's illuminated blue.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's
Could
the
be
hottest flame.
White.
So as it begins to push up, you see the blue transform into almost an arcane type of white, and immediately all feel the intense chill as the air fills.
Let's get a magic card.
What did you roll again?
A 22.
12!
23.
27.
23, okay. So you're going to take 42 points of cold damage. The rest of you are going to take 21 points of cold damage, except for Hara.
Rose! It's the only reason I'm alive.
So the
It
room
really is, though.
immediately fills with this swirling hurricane blizzard of windy energy, the cold almost freezing you in place, and right as your statued form would be frozen forever, the winds seem to retreat and suck themselves back into these pillars before they rotate closed again.
So don't set it on fire.
So we set off
Did
the trap.
Did the door open?
Nope.
No, we set off the trap.
Okay.
Make it snow gently.
Make it
Is-
snow?
What does the tree look like?
The tree now is no longer on fire. The bonfire is out. But it seems as if the slight distortion
Well,
of
yeah,
air,
it's a concentration cantrip. I would assume that the fire is
the
out.
small disturbance of air below the planter, you can still see the heat rising from within as if the coals beneath are still there. But otherwise now the planter seems unaffected by the original bonfire.
Put the coals out.
Put the coals out?
Make it cold.
Do I have anything to make it cold?
I mean, you have water.
Is it
We already watered it, though.
small fire?
No, you could
Could I
water
put it
the
out
core.
with prestidigitation?
You can go look.
Or does thaumaturgy do that? I'm
I
gonna
think
go
they
look.
Probably both
I want to
could.
look at the fire.
But prestidigitation, you can snuff out.
A small flame.
Yeah.
Oh, I can too with Druidcraft.
I'm looking at it.
I
what
don't
does
think
it
we want
look
to put
like?
the coal or put it out though.
It's freezing and it's cold. It wants to be cold. It should be like snow. This is an icy room,
Right?
so we should make it icy. Just like the other one was like windy style.
But my only disagreement is that that's not one of the elements. Now, it doesn't have to be the elements, but
It doesn't. No one said it had to be elements. It
No,
could
no,
be
I know.
Seasons.
spring. Yeah, yes.
And then fall, and then now it's winter.
Because we have those on the flat roof.
Which makes just as much sense.
That's
And the
fair.
glory fell.
I mean, it was one season.
I'm gonna use Druidcraft to make it snow quick on the thing.
Okay. So
From where I am.
I'm getting off the pillar.
Oh yeah, staying on the pillar.
the small snow begins to kind of drift down like a
See her
Tim
do that.
Burton
Oh, shit.
sort of drama moment, and as soon as you see the snow touch one of these leaves, you see it curl and retract into itself, disappearing before all of a sudden the leaves begin to kick off almost like small sparks of arcane energy, flittering into nothingness. And there the tree remains bare before you see the next series of doors open. As you look forward, the next room appears to be
Preemptive deal.
small. Probably only about 5 or so feet wide.
Like a small hallway?
Correct. A door maybe about 10 feet across, but you can see a very definitive and noticeable gap in the floor. After a few feet in, there's a several foot gap and another few feet that lead to the door. Now, as it opens, a few crystals begin to kick on, some from unseen locations, some seemingly from below. The tree itself is illuminated again, brown, leafless, but now you're seeing almost a disco ball of movement and cascading light of orange and red, almost washing itself across the tree.
I mean, I'm gonna pick it up and put it in the, like, didn't you say there's like a hole, right?
There is a gap.
Is it a voidness or is it a hole?
Well, you'd have to go over there to
I'm
check.
gonna pick up the planner, walk over and look.
Okay. So as you look,
Spear.
just insta-death right there.
Wait, before I do this,
Or it goes through the planner, destroys
before I
the
do this,
tree.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself at 3rd level.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're the one that's gonna.
I'm taking all the damage.
Okay. So, as we'll say that you give yourself a little arcane encouragement, if you will.
Little arcane
Bless,
courage.
guidance,
Yeah.
inspiration. I'm gonna look in the hole.
Yeah. Boom, brain pierce. All right, so you lean over, looking into the hole, and you see now there's almost a river flow of lava that is probably about 25, 30 feet down. That seems to be running like a river, like the Ghostbusters ooze slime in the sewers that you're watching just kind of rush by with a complete devoid of light until the lava sort of illuminates some of the bottom side. And you're now looking at the door itself dancing with these orange and red lights around the trunk.
I get that reference. Now you get to set it on fire.
I was wondering the whole time what was going on. What do you
Like
guys
the
have?
Ghostbusters reference? Is that what
I
you
mean,
okay.
like, obviously.
So
that's...
are we just gonna drop it?
No. I think is there a platform like the other ones?
I didn't get a description of a platform. Yeah.
How many holes are there?
There's just the one
Voids.
hole. It's a
Well,
void.
Well, I know.
What are you talking about?
Whatever, voids. You said that there was pathway, void, pathway, void.
Nope. Just said pathway, void, pathway.
Because the room is so small comparatively, it's a void. It seems like that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, it's about a 4-foot gap.
Shoot an arrow.
Okay. Arrow goes straight down, and you see it fizzle out of
No, to
existence.
the door.
Oh.
Okay.
Shatters and explodes again.
Okay. No sensor traps. Like there hasn't been in any of the doorway.
Okay, so
I
there's
really don't
nothing.
want to toss this thing off.
There's nothing to catch it in this void. It's just.
I mean, there doesn't appear to be.
I'm gonna take an apple and I'm gonna set it or like hip it like a laundry basket. It's a laundry basket. Grab an apple out of my bag and drop it.
I'm sure we have baskets
Into the
for our
lava?
laundry.
Huh?
Into the lava?
yeah.
An apple.
An apple.
Yeah.
Okay. Apple disappears very quickly beneath the illumination.
Is there immense heat coming up? Like this is like there's really fucking lava down here?
Yes.
It knows it's a fake seed.
I was thinking that. I want to like
It knows.
hold it over, not setting it down. It looks like it would fall through, right? The size of the planter.
Yeah, it's 4
Yeah,
feet.
I mean, it's a 4-foot gap by 5.
I would
5
fall
foot
down
away.
there.
Yeah.
Like slowly kind
Yeah.
of just see if it
See if it like sets on anything.
no, just like does anything.
Yeah, and then like even if it starts going through the hole, I want to like get down on my knees and like through.
And I'll step in and I'll just brace her so she doesn't lose her balance and go
Guidance.
head first into a lava pit.
Okay.
Nope, resistance.
You, only because your new form is able to tolerate it and you being used to this, the extreme temperatures, you can tell it's very hot. Not to the point where it's causing damage, but it's even still difficult to keep your eyes open while looking down directly into this thing for both of you. But you're able to dangle the planter just a couple feet below the edge. The stonework kind of kicking off the back of your arms as you're singeing almost against the rock face that you're leaning up against to brace. Doesn't seem to catch, seems to move freely still.
Okay, pull me back up, pull me back up.
Is there anything across by the door that looks like a little platform?
It's just void, right?
Do we just not need this fucking thing anymore?
Yeah, there's
essentially.
several
Let's
feet
just
of
toss it
platform,
in.
yeah.
Why?
Because the tree on the door looks like it's on fire.
Is that
can
what
you
was, I
see?
completely missed that there's
Yeah.
a door on that tree?
No. So
There's a door on that
Tree on that door.
There's the door that's over the void.
Yes.
Yeah, and then below is the river.
Right.
So yes.
There's a tree over there that's covered in
Where
yellow and
can we
orange.
see where that
Orange and- I don't
river
know.
leads, or does it just
All right.
continue on?
No, just you're only able to see this small chasm.
Which way is it flowing? Is it flowing towards the door?
Seems to
or
be
away?
headed. Seems to be headed away.
Okay, you guys just go with me for a second here, okay? And I'm gonna take off my necklace and hand it to you. Okay?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna fall Torin.
Okay.
With the plant?
No. I set that down on the ground. Yes, I'm gonna set that down first. Anything happen if I just set it down on the ground?
Doesn't seem to.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. Spud?
Oh, you're in the necklace?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, are you casting it as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Spud, okay, I'm gonna let you out for a second, okay?
Okay.
But I need you to stay right by Mama,
Okay.
and I need you to answer some questions when I have them, because I just need you to look around, okay?
Okay.
So, there's gonna be something that I think really excites you when we get out, and I don't want you to go jumping at it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then I'm gonna reach into the bag of colding and hand him some frost giant meat quick.
Did you find the good chicken?
Not yet. That's what we're looking for, but here's some frost giant meat.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna come out now.
Well, what do you want me to look at?
Okay. I'm gonna put this back on now. Okay. I don't want you to jump, I just want you to look down. Do you see down the hole?
Oh,
I
okay.
love it so much. Just.
Yeah.
Does that look familiar to you at all? Does it smell familiar?
No. What is it?
That's lava.
It feels good on his face.
I believe it.
Uh-huh.
So, I have a theory, bud,
Yeah.
that this is where you're from.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'll get to that. You don't smell anything? Are we closer to the blue elf? Are we the good chicken, I mean?
Go ahead and make a perception check at advantage with Is.
Nope.
You talking common? You talking is?
I'm talking to Is.
I mean, like, what does it sound like to us?
Oh, they understand me, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
talk
if you're speaking to him,
common,
Yeah. He got a 3.
I don't know. I can't tell. I still smell him a little bad, I think.
Okay?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. I assume you kind of want to hang out outside the necklace for a little bit since we're here and this all feels good?
I mean, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Skadi, you want to fill the rest of us in? What's going on here?
Just the little bit that we got from before. The lake of lava down there,
Yeah.
which is how his mom died.
Okay, I guess.
in lava.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have, there's a few little things with what Bud is smelling and what smells really good to Buddy and
Eldritch.
Eldritch. And, well, is it Eldritch or is it just what's down here. I've got to.
Okay. Anyways.
Anyway, so I was hoping maybe he would be able to help us with something here,
So
but
you think this is his home?
his mom's home. I mean, his home is with us. He was born in Crindon, but anyways.
What do you guys want to do?
So we gotta look out for basilisk.
Yeah, I think we should be looking out for basilisks, but
Prestidigitation, set the tree on fire.
okay. It's not.
Doesn't ignite.
Yeah, it's not like in a thing though.
It's all I got to set things on fire.
Let's.
No, I meant because it's like not.
Should we get to the other side of the void first and then drop it in, or?
I would say yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. What if we get over there, we drop the tree in there, because it's fucking lava, nothing happens, but the thing just follows down the lava, and then the door doesn't open, and we don't have a thing.
Well,
I think we have to trust it.
we have other ways, maybe. I mean, these doors don't appear to be magical, so.
I mean, what do you? Everything that we've done so far has been magic that has opened the door.
I want to.
No, not necessarily, because.
A regular door doesn't just open if, like, you set a tree
Correct,
on
but
fire.
you tried
Always
to do
indoors,
dispel
man.
magic, and that did nothing.
Oh,
Or
the
Yeah,
door is
yeah,
just
she
Skadi.
tried to,
with metal
yeah,
on
but it
What?
might
Is
be
it just
at
wood with metal on it? The door?
No, the door itself is metal. It's this
Okay.
red metal.
it might be at a very high level enchantment put on this door.
I would like to ask the bones.
Mm-hmm.
If we throw this into the lava, will that door open?
I would
Alright.
like to cast sending and say yes.
Make an Arcana check.
Damn, fucking savage.
What did you roll?
17.
Yes.
Yes, no! It's like with the eye.
Really fucking well.
It's a natural 19.
So you are hearing this sort of whisper formulate in your head, and all of a sudden you hear a yes.
I couldn't hear the whisper at all.
No, it seemed to almost cut directly to the core of your understanding.
Fucking savage. I don't know if you would know that was him.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
It sounds like you.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, he can theoretically.
Did Walker think to change his voice?
Well,
with
yeah, I
sending
was
and sending?
intentionally trying to trick you.
Yeah,
So.
you heard yes. I'm sorry.
Do I
Deal with
believe it?
Yes.
You asked the bones. You would
Yeah.
have no reason to not
Do
believe
you have faith in the bones?
I mean, the bones said yes.
All right,
so
meta, do you want to get?
I pick it up and I throw it into the lava.
Okay.
All right, blade ward. Doesn't do shit against fire.
It doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck.
You see it, and all of a sudden, this splash of lava kicks around it as the planter immediately is submerged and disappears below, and the tree itself ignites and burns as the lava crawls up it before the tree disappears. And all of a sudden, you hear a number of clicking and twerking mechanisms switching around as gears whir and switches and levers are being flipped in this thunderous cacophony of mechanical friction taking place. Immediately, you see
Bones did it again.
all of the doors behind you open up, creating a straight hallway all the way back to the original room that you came into. The pedestal in the room previous sinks to the ground. The platform in the room before flattens out, and immediately a number of stone limbs almost jet out of the door brace in front of you right before where the void fills in, seemingly creating this negative slope ramp that cuts through the entirety of the rooms that you've already traversed in the moment of a quick blink. And all of a sudden these stoneworks are pushing up out of the ground, creating these folded V or almost metallic stone mixed pillars that come up under these supports before they join them together in the end of the room that you're in, before creating a straight shaft that shoots out back towards where you first came in, the very first door that you opened. Then you hear silence.
Oh, Pee-wee's Herman.
And a small hole in the ceiling that you now notice as the tone and pitch is changing, something bouncing down this contraption. you see a small seed fall into what now appears to almost be this racetrack that begins rolling down the ramp back towards the first
beginning.
entry point.
It's resetting.
And then you see the doors all slam closed, shattering the stonework. The ramp being destroyed instantly, disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Before you see the doors in front of you. And sitting there in a chair
It's Terry.
in what appears to be a wooden door in a T-shaped hallway. Small, green, floppy ear on one side, extremely pointed one on another, lined with sort of ringed jewelry, pierced ears.
Goblin.
Looking at what appears to be the backside of a face, as this humanoid form, almost kind of this droopy mask of skin, flesh, with this twisted look that doesn't really look expressive anymore, as it's this flattened out face kind of just stares back at you blankly before all of a sudden
Anyone speak goblin?
Is it goblin? Does it look like a goblin?
Does anybody understand?
Yeah.
that is where we will take our first break.
I mean, obviously.
We made it through some hallways, y'all.
We made it past 70 feet.
Yeah. We
Hey,
like
is anybody
tripled our
stuck with
distance.
us through the hallway adventures?
Yeah, that was the brutes, but you guys got there, and you took a little bit of damage, had a few quick shift offs, but that's a thing that happens. So
They weren't there for it, but it was way better than the Assassin's Guild.
yeah,
Getting through.
that's true too.
Yeah.
I also wasn't there for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Lucky you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We're only going to be about 10-15 minutes or so. We'll be right back here.
Yep.
Please use this time to grab a bite. Please use this time to use the restroom. Once you have done those things and you feel good about where you are at in life and you are living your best self, go ahead and make sure that you follow if you haven't already. Make sure that you're subscribing if you are able. Make sure that you are telling your friends and doing good things about that. We will be back in just a sec, so do stick around and we will see you in a sec.
Bye.
Well, not really bye.
There's a Batman comic where the Joker does that and he cuts his face off and puts another face on, but he's...
Should I?
He took his face.
Yeah, he like cut his face off. And then puts another face on and like staples it onto its face.
Jesus. Some of those comics are dark.
It's a fucking tight ass run though.
Oh.
Oh.
Have I been wearing the one or the?
You've been wearing the unrefined pillar stuff.
Like early pillar?
Yeah, early pillar. So, you're going to lose your AC bonus. So it's going to be standard armor now. But, I'll give you those
Oh, you
benefits.
guys are on stream.
Boom.
We are on.
What the hell? See, that's...
Did it again?
Oh, no, I see what's going on. Okay, sorry
We're
about
accidentally
that.
hitting stuff.
We just got a little bit of a connectivity bug going on as far as our PCU processing business. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Holding Action.
Welcome back.
Oh, we're on?
Yes, now we're officially on.
We're on the internet?
We're
The internet?
That's the cool place.
We're on the internet.
I don't know. The internet, to me, has proven to be pretty weird.
That's
I
'cause
don't
there's
know,
hills
that's where
there.
everyone
That is the thing.
goes.
Hang on, I got you. Welcome to Holding Action. Nailed it that time.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome.
Damn it!
Let's...
Welcome back to Holding Action.
There
Super loose, but we're getting there. It's all right. Okay.
It's okay, when we post it to YouTube, we'll just go back to that last one.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all editable. We can do that. For those of you just joining us, the party picked up outside a large, ornately fashioned metallic red door that seemed to house a great deal of traps in a hallway beyond. Navigating past those through the use of flight and various other magical implements, the group navigated across, eventually opened the door, discovering a tree, and through a series of intuitive challenges and setting off a number of other arcane triggers, found themselves somewhat damaged, but
Mostly me.
through this series of connected rooms, solving numerous puzzles to arrive facing a goblin that appears to be sitting on a wooden chair, holding up face skin. And as the party emerges, looking up through the eye holes of this face, staring back at you.
Does he have like a smoking jacket on and like he's just chilling in front of a fireplace?
He has like the droopy ear, his head's kind of wide and almost football shaped. Not quite Hey Arnold, but like sort of bulbous. But skinny neck and arm features, kind of a thick-ish torso that leads to like a little bit of that potbelly action.
Yeah,
and he's got kind of a fur cloth mixture skirt type of loincloth covering going on, leading to these sort of gangly legs that have typically sharp, sort of goblin-like claw foot feet. And
Cast comprehend languages.
what are you doing here?
Shit, we don't know. We just went through a bunch of hallways and shit. What do you got going on? Why you got a face? This is kind of weird. Is it like a human face? Are you gonna put it on your face?
No, the face itself appears to be, as you first kind of looked at it, it was, I mean, it's sort of stretched and sort of deformed to a certain extent, but it almost appears to have kind of a thick, ruggedy texture to it, like muddy pitted spore, sort of like pores on the face, and sort of what appears to be kind of a bulbous nose that's now drooped and distended from most of the face. A few like scraggly sort of bright red hairs hang off the eyebrows, as well as like a little bit from the upper lip.
Ugh.
But it appears to be somewhat decayed too, and he kind of holds it up. And he leans over, and there's a small box, like not quite a chest, but a box to a certain extent. And he opens it up, pulls out another face.
Are you trying to find one that matches us?
Yeah.
Why?
You can understand.
I can understand you.
And he turns it over, and you can kind of see what appears to be like an orcish face with a bone through the nose.
That's not how faces work in Goblin.
I was gonna say, I thought you spoke Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also in my blue doppelganger kind of form.
I've got one of you somewhere. I've got one of you.
What else is going on in this room? Is it just
there's a T hallway sort of on either side, and he's sitting there in this chair, kind of like just facing the door.
Are you waiting for someone specific to walk through?
No, I'm just supposed to watch the door.
We are here to speak to your master.
Master? Prick has no master.
Your leader?
Wait, your master's name is Prick?
No, his name.
My name is Prick.
Oh.
And he pulls out a tiny little dagger that's probably about 4 inches long.
You see? Because I'll prick you.
We don't need that.
Yeah. You can put your dagger away. We're not a
Yeah.
harm to you.
No.
No, you're not.
Right. Put your arms down.
Here, let me help you. I'll help you search through your faces.
Don't dig through the faces. That's disgusting.
Pick the one.
I throw up.
I'd like to.
I imagine you throw up and like try to cover it, and little bits are
Roll
streaming
for
through your fingers.
Vomit sprinkler.
Yeah.
Like to check out
Ding!
what's
Check
going
out around on YouTube.
What magic is this?
That's body waste.
Yeah.
Body waste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm close to throwing up.
What's going on in the chest? I want to walk up and try.
Now
to
you see this like sort of crooked brown eyebrow, sort of palish skin hanging off. Almost has like pointed ears, but they're a little bit more rounded. Very slim face that droops to like a very flappy kind of neck that has a little bit of the chin just kind of dangling below it.
Yeah.
I throw up again.
friendly. This is okay. Can you understand me?
No, they can't. Just us two.
Well, he's speaking common now.
Oh.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, prick knew it!
Prick is your name?
Topside.
I really want
Yes.
him
I
to
think
come
he's-
with us over Terry. Can you put... Can Terry take
There's
it?
another one of you.
Another topsider.
I'll prick him.
You would.
I don't think
Probably.
he could
Of course you wouldn't.
What are you doing here? What do you want?
because Terry's awesome.
Well, we just found some doors.
Where
and we
are
went
we? We
through
have no
them.
idea where we are.
You got through the growth of the tree.
Yeah. It's a tree.
Like kind of on accident, but like
Prick
sort of on
nose.
purpose.
Prick knows. Don't tell Prick. Prick knows exactly what the tree is.
How did
Nice.
you get here?
I'm Master Guardian of this door. I'm the left line of defense for Jobel High.
Jobel High? What is that?
Ooh, Prick should prick you.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you know so much more than us, so we were just hoping that you could let us know since we're so much less intelligent than you.
Yes. I'm glad you know. You have to go see Azzy if you want his passage through the city, if you want to be safe.
Can you take us
what
to
city?
him?
Wait, what was the name?
Jobel High.
Azzy?
Azzy.
Azzy. Okay.
Can you take us to Azzy?
What's in it for Prick?
Do you have any
I
faces in your bag?
I would like to cast
You give him
sending to
another.
him and say, "It's Azzy. Bring them to me."
Make an Arcana check at advantage.
Like the most resourceful uses of sending of all time.
Right.
Not great.
Might not have to be great.
13.
Okay, now make a deception check.
This one has to be great.
Aren't you negative in deception?
No, I'm +1.
Yay!
Natural 1. He's a good Arcana.
I knew it. You cast filthy topsider magic. Prick ya!
Sproigins is gonna let it happen. This is just interesting. I just imagine the like Tim Roth's Tupac scene from Gridlocked where they try to stab each other with Swiss Army knives.
Yeah. So you see this little goblin take 2 steps up from his chair, like waist is just above where the foot of the chair was sitting. He takes a couple gallop steps towards Walker. And he starts stabbing multiple times. And you see the knife just bounce off Walker's armor.
That'll learn you to trick the prick.
So no damage?
No. Natural 3 and a natural 5 for the attack.
Don't trick the prick. Yes.
Okay, I'll let someone else do the talking. I was just trying to communicate, just you and me.
Prick communicates one way.
Through your...
Unless I have a face to communicate with.
Do you have any? She's trying to see if she has any faces for you in her bag. Are those?
I have a skeleton head, but I don't have faces.
Prick will take it.
Skeleton head.
Have you ever?
It doesn't do anything.
I mean, it goes.
That's right.
At least now you have somebody to talk to.
Prick controls you now.
And you see him kind of tuck it into a pouch on the backside of his little fur loincloth.
Welcome to Jobel High.
Thank you.
Come on! Stay closer, prick!
And you see him begin to fat foot his way down the hallway. And as you're looking down the end, you see this now just kind of basic looking wooden door with sort of metal bracketing slats running across it on seemingly normal hinges. And as you guys kind of get closer, you start to hear the roiling of kind of foot traffic and the city itself almost kind of emerging to your senses. And he walks up to the door and listens for a sec.
Now, listen to Prick. If you cause any trouble in Jovel High, you know what'll happen?
You're gonna prick us.
Prick us.
Prick will prick you!
That's
Don't
fair.
have Prick prick you. He'll tell you.
It's the worst.
After seeing what you did to him, there's no fucking way I want
Yeah.
you to prick me.
I will.
You
Don't
keep your prick away from me.
Don't get pricked. Dangerous stuff.
Come on. And you see he throws the door open, and immediately the area in front of you is this sort of cave outcropping that's about 40 feet wide that has a blue shimmery gap beyond. And you see almost tents with kind of thatchy coverings and stalagmites growing off of them, and a number of people kind of walking through, and these strange, unusual creatures pulling carts that you've never seen before.
Don't touch anything.
That was a meta.
Prick will prick you.
I believe you, prick.
I'm gonna just scratch Is, and
You let him out.
he's been out since the last room.
Now, don't leave your fire list unattended.
Oh,
I won't. He knows to stay with me.
he knew exactly.
He'll end up shipped out. Or, even worse, he'll end up in the pit.
Or pricked.
You don't.
And that's bad.
Keep him on a leash.
Dangerous.
On a leash? He doesn't need a leash. He just walks with.
Shut up! Prick's talking!
I think he meant not like a actual physical leash, but like.
Under control.
Like, goblins know metaphors.
Don't. It's gonna get you, dude.
Okay.
He didn't mean
How many
anything by
languages
it.
do you speak? I speak. I don't like numbers, but I know many of them.
Prick knows more than I do. Yeah. And he's got a prick that I want to stay away from.
This could be you, friend.
I'd like to avoid that, prick.
Puts it away.
All right, come on. Double high.
And you're all escorted forward, and you're now seeing that there are these structures sort of built into cave walls. Two massive Goliaths kind of walk by you on the other side of what is this sort of carved out channel. Dirt mixed with moss is sort of the standard dirt that you're able to grip into and crawl up these sloping inclines that are gradual but somewhat slippery. And the cave canopy that is now above you is actually illuminated. A slight glowing dim hue of this neon green from these mushroom fungi that appear to be growing off the wall, almost filling this entire area with this sickly green light mixed with what appears to be some shimmering blue emanating from a water drop in the void beyond this outcropping. As the road kind of curves up, you can see it leads to this almost large cavernous opening that you're not really able to see and identify, but from within you can see the definitive dancing of fire and torches. It appears to be more enclosed, and as the curvature of this outcropping disappears into cave wall and this opening of the chasm beyond, it appears as if Prick is walking you up this curved platform towards whatever this central location might be.
While we're walking, I want to rip off like a large piece of my skirt or whatever. And here, can I borrow some ink? Okay. While we're walking, so it's gonna be messy, I realize. But I want to write Skadi is my mom on this. Return to Skadi of finger guns, and tie it around Is's neck.
Okay. He looks very confused, but
you
is
didn't want
okay
to micro arcana him.
Is it possible for me to maneuver my armor to bring the sling on the outside of the armor? Now that we're not in like
You can
instant.
take it off while you're walking if you want
Yeah.
to try and do that. Okay. So while you are walking up, it takes you a couple minutes to sort of unlatch it. And for the majority of the process of walking upward, you will be outside of armor.
That's fine.
Is there anything else? Anyone?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fiends.
Fucking everywhere.
Is anybody out, like, actually doing magic out in the open at all?
You don't see anything that stands out to you as uniquely magical, like as far as like overt presentations. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Celestials pinged?
No.
Okay.
No celestial pings.
Dragons.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
21.
What?
1
One what?
dragon.
Baby.
What about one?
One dragon pinged?
Oh, so that a fae does ping then. Yeah,
Oh, he's a fae considered, not a dragon?
correct.
21.
21. So as you're kind of looking around and walking by some of these carts, there doesn't really appear to be any magical implements. You're not seeing somatic components. You're not seeing ingredients for potions.
I just essentially am trying to look to see if magic is outlawed at all. Like, if people are doing anything magically related, more than having magic items or magic potions, but people actually somewhat practicing magic at all.
Right. You definitely do not see any active casting taking place right now. No.
Okay.
While I'm maneuvering things, is my dragon still alive?
It appears to be, but is not happy at all and seemingly very fatigued at the idea of having been cramped in such a tight space.
I'm sorry, baby.
It almost seems as if you had taken any definitive damage or it had been in there much longer. It may have been a little bit of an issue. Otherwise, it seems at least stable for the time being.
I'll give it some lay on hands, just
Like,
because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I guess how is this area kind of set up? I mean, is it just like kind of like a mercantile market kind of place, or is there like warriors?
There are carts and sort of stalls and things like that lining the curvature
guards?
up. I mean, you see a number of people that look a little more rugged. There's, like I said, a pair of Goliaths walk by you. There seems
But are
to
they
be
standing watch?
orcs. No. There seems to be orcs and half orcs kind of walking, coming and going. You're seeing a number of drow, dark-skinned elves marching through.
Repeated symbols of any kind?
Make a perception check.
Any doppelgangers?
Well, with your perception check, you were kind of focusing on the magical component to it all the way up, and you didn't see anything that uniquely stood out as being, oh, that's a doppelganger.
Yeah.
21.
21. You are still kind of peering around. You're not noticing anything unusual about the personnel as much as there's just a wide variety of different races and creatures and massive, almost alligator-looking creatures, but they're almost more bulky in the shoulder and arms, kind of just pulling these carts. And creatures you see that have like 4 hands kind of whipping forward and slapping the back of this creature and you see it continuing to kind of pull forward. There's a number of barkers shouting in various languages, most of which you guys don't understand. And as you kind of round the bend after a couple hundred feet of walking up this road, you guys find yourselves pushing up into what appears to be now a central city. The overall premise of it is huts stacked on shacks, stacked on twisted legs and bent sort of architecture, everything crammed into its own corner, and then things crammed on top of that to sort of fit anywhere that it's possible for them to do so. This small little enclave, if you will, disappears back into at least 1,000+ feet in this massive open cavern that has the sickly green glow of these mushrooms sort of casting a little bit of light down on, but this whole area is still somewhat dimly lit. Navigation and movement is not overly difficult, as you guys are all able to sort of see in dim light, and the torches that are there, sparse as they may be, are kind of placed more through the common thoroughfare. But beyond that, this is a randomly scoped city that has maybe businesses or homes, just shit Lego stacked on top of each other.
Reading my Underdark book, does this sound like this may be the Underdark?
Given the mixture of personnel, only having ever seen one drow outside, you would have reason to suspect, based on at least what you read of the personnel and lifestyle, that this would be similar to that, yeah.
Okay. Does it feel like everybody is accepted here? Of like, if that crocodile creature came up to the surface, that thing's gonna get hunted down and killed and stuff like that? Okay.
Well, that seemed more like a pet or like livestock as it was being whipped.
Or, well, shit, even the thing with the whatever. Like,
yeah. I mean,
everything is
nobody
accepted.
seemed to pay attention to him.
So just kind of what I'm like the mutants in Futurama, how like they're all accepted for what they are down underneath, but if they can't go to the surface.
I was
Or
thinking
they
like
choose
the
not to, or
Right.
whatever.
Star Wars Cantina, kind of like.
Yeah.
Also valid.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the hive of scum and villainy to a certain extent, though. No one seems to give a shit about you. No one seems to give a shit about each other. They're all kind of doing whatever
Have
it
we
is
seen
they're
any
doing.
other
like this place.
humanoids besides the drow?
I'll say, yeah, there's been a number of individuals. There
Like
is...
common human.
I mean, it's
types?
difficult to say for certain, but there have been a number of people that look uniquely or distinctly human in form.
Okay.
Varying skin tones and overall structures, but there is no shortage of people you are seeing in this thoroughfare that you're walking through. Despite being 40 feet wide, the 10-foot perimeter on each side seemingly taken up by barkers and carts and troughs and things of that nature. You have about a 10-foot lane on the other side, and there seems to be a pretty decent flow of traffic headed both ways.
Does there seem to be, so this is all kind of Lego stacked, all that kind of stuff, does there seem to be something that sticks out or is more open, or like an area that's more designated towards like a central point?
The structures that you're seeing almost appear to be kind of thick in the middle, with the pathway sort of forking off at a little bit of an odd angle in front of you, and then stacks in the occasional street sort of formed in these weird random
More like an
jut-offs.
opening?
Kind of, yeah. Like, you could walk through there, it's fine, it's 3 feet wide, but up ahead I can see I'd have to turn sideways to finish getting through it, kind of thing. And Prick, as he's kind of walking forward, not really paying attention to you, like, finally comes up, turns around.
Huh. Okay. Now, as he is inside, but he is busy. So, Prick will talk to him, and when he's ready, Prick will let you know.
Perfect.
Okay, do we need to see Azzy?
He's the only one who can give us safe passage in the city.
You know, you can go without talking to Azzy if you want.
I'd like to talk to Azzy. Prick said it was important to talk to Azzy, so I think it's important to talk to Azzy.
That's right.
You're very trusting, Skadi.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I agree. I just didn't know. Does he run? Does he run this? Whatever this is?
Is he the leader?
Azzy doesn't run from anyone.
No. Does he?
The leader.
Is he the leader of over all this?
Joel High doesn't have a leader.
Perfect.
So what does Azzy do?
He leads everyone.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Perfect.
Don't touch
Anything. Right?
Sproigins.
What?
Just let him finish.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Prick's gonna prick you.
Don't try to. Please don't prick me.
And for everything that you've been doing and being so kind, when you come back, I've got another skull for you if you'd like. It's a monster skull.
Fine. Come on.
And he kicks the door open, and you now see this huge collection, this bar filled with people, but the average personnel just massive compared to anything that you have seen on the surface. There are at least a half dozen Goliaths drawing attention as their 9-foot-tall frames are walking head and shoulders literally above even the meaty orcs and muscle-bound sort of fighters that are clearly in this bar. You're looking around, there's a number of patrons that are kind of leaning on one another and swaying and throwing cups in the air as they sing drinking songs and kind of dancing around. And
Now, find a table and wait.
Okay.
And he begins to walk across the other side of the bar, leaves you there kind of standing on your own, heading to the corner-ish area.
Is there an empty table?
Yeah, there appears to be a couple where you could sit down.
We go and sit down at an empty table.
I nervously follow.
Okay. So you see as you're kind of walking away and you sort of take your seats and a few people kind of give you a little bit of an uneasy
do
eye.
we look like out of towners? Like,
Yeah.
Obviously.
but do we look? Is anybody looking at us like
They're about to
easy
attack us?
prey of like the fuck? We're like they've got a lot of shit on them that we could easily take because we're big and he's dainty.
The atmosphere in the room is
into
actually
a drow
a bit
bodyguard.
jovial. Everybody kind of seems almost in good spirits. This area, as opposed to the sort of dry, mundane monotony of the trudging that you were walking past. No one angry or frustrated necessarily, but everyone with their own purpose. In here, this is uniquely different, uniquely flavored. The individuals here seem to be observing some kind of understanding, and they're sort of looking at you sideways, almost more of a make an insight check.
I purposefully want to be paying attention as we walk through how people are reacting to Is.
Okay. As you've been paying attention this whole time, the crowd, the people you've walked by, whatever else, none of them seem to really take much of a look at Is.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Couple people are looking perhaps more curiously, but no one's like scared or concerned that Is is there. There's a few that are kind of just almost pondering him as he walks by more than anything, but nobody seems off-put.
Okay.
Are we sitting?
I rolled a 10, so I'm just trying not to I'm trying to look around but not look at anybody in their eyes and just I don't know what's I'm not picking up a whole lot of anything.
The room itself, if they're saying anything, like you notice a couple people kind of look at you, and as you're sort of, hi, they kind of elbow the person next to them, and you see like a set of dwarves turn around.
You're so dainty.
Almost more like whoever gets them is probably going to have a good time, and they kind of go back to their thing.
What? There's a pillar here?
What?
Right?
Yeah, there's a pillar, right?
Somewhere in this,
Here?
not in this town necessarily. This is like,
The Underdark is fucking huge.
Really?
it's like, think of it as a continent. Somewhere on this continent labeled the Underdark, there is a pillar.
Just yeah.
I don't think we should talk about this right here, though.
Maybe,
I mean, it's very loud.
Maybe, yeah. It's jovial.
Plus, pillars are just things that hold up walls.
True.
We had
We're
to
just
pass
standing
a
on
bunch of-
something.
We're
Yeah.
literally wearing them. Your pillar is on fire. Like we have things
Yeah.
on us. Like nobody's really not standing out.
And we've been face to face with Udoks and rectuses and mothers, and I think that's, I mean, we obviously don't want to be drawing too much attention, but
I think we're doing that pretty well without trying.
yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what we do. All right, so what is the plan
We wait for Prick.
There's no fucking plan. It went
We
from
should
a
see
hallway
where Letus is.
to throwing a
'cause
tree
if this
in
is
lava,
Underdark,
and
that's
now
where
we're
he
in a
was heading.
huge city full of.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, what's the tact we're taking with Azzy? Like, are we
We just want safe passage through the town.
I have Walker and Skadi roll perception here.
And can I be sitting with my hand cradling the thing and trying to make sure no one
25.
takes my purses?
Pretty good. 30.
Okay.
25.
So almost through the
19.
the shifting legs of the Goliaths, you kind of see the tiny little stem feet of Prick walking over into the corner. And as you do, you kind of see an opening part, and the both of you notice as he approaches a drow figure who has kind of a braided golden brown trim along a very sort of almost shimmery white, pristine kind of clothy type of shirt, wearing what appear to be kind of darker leatherish pants and very fine boots that have golden reflective toes on the very tip of them. He has 2 braids that cut down and back and disappear behind the form that you're able to see sort of in front of his drinking glass, and as he puts it down, he has very arched eyebrows, a very skinny formed nose. You see him lean in, set his drink down, kind of looking at Prick, mouthing words.
Are they speaking common?
You're not hearing them.
I can read their lips.
Oh. Okay, so, as you were looking across, you mean to tell me you brought them here? And then you see Prick.
What did he make those lips say?
And, interesting. And you see him throw a huge backhand at Prick. And you see him turn and begin to walk back.
Before he gets back, I'm like, yeah, Azzy's not excited we're here. Azzy's not excited we're here.
Azzy will see you now.
Go! Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Prick.
Prickle, prickle.
Thanks, Prick.
Thanks, Prick.
Prick, here you go. And I'll give her a displacer beast skull. Thank you so much. I love Prick. Let's adopt him.
Fuck off!
He's saying it with the skull.
He turns around and begins floppy footing out the front door of the bar.
Okay. I'm going to tentatively, based on what I read. Okay, guys, Azzy's not excited that we're here. Let's go.
Maybe he was just not excited that we weren't brought immediately there.
I don't think so.
Or that instead of being
Let's just go.
killed,
Let's
we were
just go.
brought to the center of the town.
Right.
All right.
Maybe he just does that to him.
All right. So we make our way over to him.
Okay. So as he is sitting there, you see him kind of taking a sip of his drink and putting it down as you approach. He's sort of sprawled out across this like cowhide-ish type of leather sort of circular couch that is only in sort of a J form, leaning on a table that's sort of bent back into a slope. It's almost like a bed that you're meant to sit and drink at to a certain extent.
It is like we are at the cantina because now we're meeting Jabba. Like that's
Is
what
that-
I'm picturing.
Is that
Only
the
he's,
only
Fit.
furniture that looks like that in
Yes.
this whole place?
The rest of these are either
in the
cheap
VIP
wooden
section?
tables or
Okay.
like tables kind of bolted to doors and a number of other things and whatever.
When a fight breaks out, they got to put them back together.
Right, yeah. But this one appears designed. The wood itself seems sanded, polished, large.
Nobody touches Azzy's shit.
Right.
All right. Well, as we get up there, I'll hit him with the little.
I'm a curtsy. I'm not gonna bow.
Outsiders, we do not see you very often. I am Azionon's friends call me Azzy. You can call me Azionon's.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Sproigins.
What is it that brings you all to Jovel High?
Honestly,
Shut up!
the path.
An accident.
And immediately you hear like the singing and the din of the crowd kind of begin to taper off.
The path from the mountains brought us here.
We found some puzzles and we like to solve those.
It was an accident that we found you. We ended up in a giant cave, and one of them was banging at the ice wall, and we took that down after we took them down and made our way here.
And then we tried to leave, but we got more hurt. So we decided to keep going.
Curiosity gets the best of us.
And that's, that's weird.
Curiosity kills the displacer beast.
I like that saying.
Action brings it back.
I mean, I've killed one of those.
With a phase shift. So, what is it As-Yunon can do for you? What brings you into the bottoms up?
Prick brought us in. He said we needed to talk to you to get safe passage through the city.
Piece of shit, goblin.
I don't know, I thought he was pretty nice.
And he tried to stab our friend after no real reason.
But he said you were the...
You lead everyone.
That goblin is more useful inside of a catapult sling than he is guarding a fucking door.
I don't know, he stabbed him pretty
I mean,
good.
we decided not to murder him as soon as we
he's
got
the
out of the door.
Guardian of Jovelhigh?
No one is really meant to make it through our back entrance.
I mean, shit, we didn't know it was any entrance, to tell you the truth.
You are the first in a very long time. And we send people in occasionally to clean the bodies out, but
That makes sense.
we haven't had to in a while either.
Yeah, pretty pristine.
It seemed very not traveled.
Well,
So-
there is no breaking through it. You have to surpass the enchantments the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
That was
look,
really
we're not going
good.
to beat around the bush. We're not here for this city. We're looking for somebody specific. And we were hoping they came through, and we're looking for something specific, and we want to get the fuck out of here.
And who's that?
Lead us?
Well, if nobody's like us has been here for a while, then that answered the question, and he hasn't been through.
I didn't say that. I
It
asked
would've-
who you were looking for.
It would have been two people. Would have been someone very noble, and it would have been someone that looks like a
Angel baby.
angel.
What do you know of Topside?
More than I care to. However, the elements are not kind to us up there.
Yeah, but you seemed to be the person that is well informed down here.
Correct.
I'm sure you have to have some sort of knowledge of what's going up on top.
We have teams, personnel, business that is conducted sometimes. However, our network out of Jobel High is plenty large under the sea, as it were. I'll tell you what, I like you all. And it's possible I've seen your friend, maybe. And if it is, in fact, who you seek, I could take you to him, but we've only seen just the one recently.
Right, insight
Yeah,
to see
I was
if...
about to say.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Like, oh, this is the first time I'm like, oh, cool. Not paranoid at all.
Yeah, there wasn't enough there for me to want. I assume there's various levels of information that he will give, and insight checking isn't a thing that I would
15.
be interested in.
Very difficult to read.
I get this one more time.
Seemingly casual in his information giving. He feels very in control, difficult to pick up
Right.
uniqueness on.
The reason why I assume everything is as much information as he would like to give us, very purposely.
So, we question.
What do you want in return?
Ah, I like this one. This one is my favorite. Smart. And he has a complexion that suits you for underground work. What's your name, friend?
I mean,
Tell him your drow name.
I don't know. Ervanlin? Egrenless the Cruel?
Just give him the one
Are
right
you
now.
Walker?
just saying random names?
No,
No,
he has a
he's
few
got a lot
names.
of titles,
I,
names.
depending on how long you've been around and how much information you might have heard of me. Because
Sure.
I've been around a while.
Well, let's just settle on the idea that I haven't.
Okay.
Just
Do you
go with
still like
Walker.
me?
Well enough.
All right. That's good.
Well, what is it that you can do for Asianon?
I don't know what you want.
Or what you need.
Well, I have a perfect idea. Why don't we see if this is your friend first?
Great.
And if it is, I think I have the perfect idea. Rupta! And you, almost behind you, feel the vibration. This 9-foot tall Goliath seemingly has blades tattooed across his chest, but crudely crooked, broken, and the skin almost seems sewn back together multiple times from massive lacerations that are now kind of fused back together that gives the tattoos this weird wobbly sort of look to it. Number of pits and cuts and scars all the way across, and he has these massive red sort of almost like fang shaped tattoos that run down the scope of his massive arms. Other than that, wearing this big sort of brown fur almost vest, big black belts, pants sort of pulled up to just below the knee with very short boots. And other than that, he appears completely unarmed. Boss? Take our friends to the zoo, see if they are missing one of their friends, would you please? Yeah. Okay. Come on. And he grabs the back of your head and like turns your whole body and begins just pushing you forward, and you kind of like instinctually stumble, and then he's like just walking. And as you're sort of sitting there in the shock, it almost feels like your head was independent from your body, and he just moved you, and then he like kind of bumps you with his shoulder, not forcefully, but just moving that direction, heads out the door.
And we follow.
Okay. So
I'll say thank you as we move on.
Yeah, I'll turn around as we're walking away and walk backwards and do one of these again.
all right, drink it up. Fun, boys. And as you're kind of heading towards the door, everybody's sort of looking at you and yelling the words to their drinking songs as they're sort of walking by you and sort of giving you a little bit of a chide as you're making your way back out to the door until you finally find yourself in the street again. This massive Goliath sort of waiting for the accumulated mass of you to stumble out into the street. Here's what. And he begins walking towards the central portion of this massive cavern.
As we're walking, I'm gonna speak with Is.
Okay.
And I'm gonna whisper. I'm whispering this whole time. Bud, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's happening?
We're going to go find and see if we can find Letus.
Okay. Sure, yeah,
Do you have any idea of what's going on here?
I mean, there's like boxes, you know?
Yeah.
I smell some chicken, but like different chicken.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of blue elf.
Lots of blue elves. But nothing.
It's a good boy.
Is a good boy? You haven't eaten any of the blue elves yet?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, please tell him not to eat any blue elves.
Not until Mom says it's okay, remember?
Yeah, but there's so many. Can I have just one?
When Mom says it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to stay out or do you want to go in the necklace for a little bit?
I like it to be out.
I know you do.
This is good.
Okay.
I've never seen so many blue elves.
Okay, so here, Bud, we're heading to somewhere and I'm not sure if it's safe.
Well, yeah.
And when
any of this is safe.
So when I say the magic word, I need you to get in the necklace. You know what the word is, right?
The way is.
Yes.
Get in there and turn them into a rock.
If Mom says the word,
Yeah.
you go in the necklace.
And turn them into a rocket from the necklace?
That's a different word that Mom says.
What word is that?
Freeze him.
Freeze him. And then I burn him.
Burn him is burn him.
Freeze him, burn him.
Yep.
Freeze burn.
Yep.
Freezer burn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but when I say the magic word, you go in the necklace. Okay?
Magic word, freeze burn.
It's no. It's
Okay.
a good boy.
Pound it?
Yep, that's right.
Just one.
Okay.
Okay.
Leave it. It's a hang.
That's it.
That's fine. Okay. That's our goal.
Okay, so just stay next to Mom, that's all.
Oh, yeah. It's a good boy.
Okay, here they are.
And he's kind of, oh, all right. That's okay. He puts the third one up. But, you know.
I don't have 3 arms, honey.
But yes, dude. It's a good boy.
It has the most arms because he's got the best arms.
And this Goliath is still
While
carrying
that's
forward.
going on, I sent a message to Letus. Just met Azzy Anunsa in Jovel High. Are you in the Underdark?
Okay.
Are we?
You do not get a response.
Okay.
So you continue to push up, walking forward, and eventually the royal of commotion
way,
and carts and
You
a number
knew-
of things.
You knew it was me sending that message, by the way.
Oh, well, either way.
Yeah.
What's done is done. The
Still did it.
crowd continues to pick up, and you're hearing more and more sort of noise. Not really jovial or chaotic as much as just more. And eventually you see the Goliath kind of stop in some of these crooked towers leaning over. And as you look in, there's various races and shapes, animal, humanoid, just in these kind of folded, twisted red metal cages. And as he's looking around, huge, massive steps just completely leaving you behind as he just does this very casual look around. Gate just huge. And after about 45 seconds, a minute of kind of peering through these like probably half dozen rows that are probably about 5 or 6 cages deep. This one, is he yours? And as you all roll up,
Probably.
you see 2 hands in the bars, and Letus looks up at all of you. Hello, friends.
Hi, Letus.
I just sent you a message.
Wouldn't know, Walker. Something with the fungus here. Save your spells if you can. Here, power rules. And unfortunately, numbers are a little bit more than I could handle. Sarkenrood was nice for a time.
So what did you do to end up in here?
Not really sure. But
Where's the, we'll get close to it. Where's the fucking king?
he's with me, sort of.
What the fuck does that mean?
He's safely being kept on my person, but the fungus means I can't bring him out.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'll look up to the giant guy. What did he do?
And he leans up, and there's like a tiny little plaque on top of the...
Of course.
Trespassing. You can work out a price with Azzy. And he just begins to walk away.
We have to follow. We can't, I don't think we should be
This-
here by ourselves.
Did not want to put you in this position. I'm sorry.
It's fine, Letus. We'll get you out.
I
Is
acted
there-
on my own hubris and thought I would be able to address the challenges this place presented.
You seem calmer.
I had some things to work through.
You had death.
Yes.
Pretty big thing to work through.
His hands are on the bars, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch his hand. And just show him my neck.
And you see Letus pull his hands away. He kind of just almost slinks back in slow motion, almost catches himself falling, but it seems almost on purpose, and he kind of leans back up against the other end of the cage.
He's dead. Did we tell him that already?
No.
No, we haven't seen.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We'll talk when we get you out of here, okay?
Should never have asked this of you.
Yeah, it's what family does.
You didn't ask. Will lead us?
You see him kind of throw himself back up. Don't make deals with him. I don't have any experience in that, but I don't think it's going to go well.
With which one?
It was never gonna go well.
I assume Azzy, it's probably a monkey's paw situation.
I don't know exactly how this place works just yet, but
Monkey's paw?
he definitely runs things.
Mm-hmm.
Not for long.
I
We'll
don't
get
know
you
what
out.
that means either.
Okay.
I'm not here to overthrow a regime. We're here to finish a mission.
And we need you to do that.
Yeah. Do you have any?
What's the lock situation? Is it just like looks like a normal kind of key lock, or is it like
Make an investigation check.
Are you able to test your necklace?
If the message didn't even get to him, I doubt.
I just want to see what.
23?
23. You don't find a lock.
Okay. I want to try. Not that. I'm going to try doing a druid craft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try doing a druid craft and seeing if I can pass a flower through the bars to lead us.
Okay. You almost see the red and green energy flow underneath your skin, filling your veins, but none of the arcane will leave your hand.
Letus, do you have any information on where the pillar is?
It's a long trip from here, I think, but a relatively straight one.
And you can get us there?
This place. We were together in the Feywild, and you understand how a straight line is not always the easiest path to walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when we get you out, you can take us there?
If I have something that you have, I can combine that with something else to make the trip a little more straightforward, I hope. Do you still have it?
Yes.
The rod?
Yeah.
Tell no one.
Deal.
If you have to leave me behind, understand that the Underdark... Sproigins.
We're not ever going to leave you behind again.
We'll figure it out.
All of Apatia hangs in the balance. Esterlin has almost completely fallen. And we are on the fringe of something I now know to be a far greater threat. Please listen. If you need to carry on, there is a chasm, a deep channel, underneath the Dragon's Sea. It is filled with water, and it is deep. The depth will crush you. The waters will test you. And you will face challenges within. I would love to be there to help you, but if I cannot be, you must plan accordingly. Do you still possess the bell?
No.
No.
Well, I have never known more capable individuals. I'm sure you will figure it out if need be. See if you can secure yourself safe passage out of here towards the shadow flats. And if possible, sure, I would love to come with you. But I cannot break through star metal without any assistance.
Sounds familiar.
It was a component.
Alright, well, let's go talk to Azzy and get you the fuck out of here.
All right, I will just wait here. Hopefully.
Alright.
Bye, guys.
Letus, do you know? Did you have any interaction with Azzy?
Enough.
Enough to know something that he might desire?
Seems to be a man about coin, and I had very little. I refused to fight for him.
Okay.
That seemed to be the end of it, but...
What do you mean fight for him? Does that involve the pit?
I don't know exactly, but I think that's where I'm heading for. Whenever my cage gets moved to the rack. Seems to be only once a day or so.
Okay.
I sent you a message, navigated down here, recognized that perhaps His Highness might have drawn too much attention. He was already a bit of a burden to drag around. Hopefully you don't mind that I committed treachery against the king.
Well, to most people he's considered dead, so.
That's a fair point. Hopefully you'll have some leeway in your understanding of my decision making.
Well, if we don't do any of this, having a king over a destroyed continent means nothing.
No. Having a king altogether may mean nothing.
Right.
Protect yourselves
We already
first.
have a king too, so
I
see how far that gets us.
Congratulations. I was king once too, you know.
King of the 2 feet.
The title still remains, as you can see. I have commanded this dirt to be brown and mucky, and it has complied to my every whim. Protect yourselves first. See this mission to its end. If I am destined for the pit, so be it. I will fight as I always have.
Well, we don't get this patch without you fighting.
You don't get that patch without me getting you into trouble again, it would seem.
That's okay. Your brand of trouble is
Way
quite,
better than ours.
quite unlike ours.
Fair enough. The great linguist Sproigins, the ever eloquent walker, the classy and wondrous Skadi, and the oddly intimidating, terribly friendly, creepily awful, wonderfully happy Hara, all at it again. And this place. Protect yourselves.
Look how big he's gotten. He's huge. Also, I have a fairy dragon.
I'd love to catch up.
Yes. We will.
They may call my cage in the next... I don't know how it works, but whatever you're going to do, go ahead and do it.
Deal.
Alright, we'll head back.
I'm gonna try and stealthily pass an apple through the
Through the bars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, seems to pass through fine. The gap is I mean, you know, the bars themselves are jagged, but easily enough able to pass an apple through.
Does anyone have a plan?
We gotta talk to
No.
Azzy. We gotta
That's
get
not-
him out.
Yeah. But does anyone have more of a plan than we'll just do whatever Azzy wants us to do?
Well, let's find out.
We're too outnumbered in this town to
Yeah, I don't.
not try to.
I want to know what the price is on Letus.
If we can't do spells,
And we need to know the
I'm
price.
not gonna outpunch
on
a
us
fucking Goliath.
as well.
Well, Sproigins, you're the talker, right? Maybe drive down his value. Say
Yeah.
he's not the one we were looking for, but we'll take him.
He's gonna know.
Faced with the Goliath.
He's gonna. He already knows. He absolutely already knows that that's who we were looking for as soon as we walked in.
I said we were looking for Letus beside the fact.
I don't know if
Even if you didn't, there's enough for him to go on. That he randomly shows up, and now we randomly show up looking for someone. There's enough information for him to know that
It's worth a shot.
it's not worth a shot.
I mean,
It's not
I don't
worth a
wanna
shot
be in
for
a little
me.
awkward you planning right in front of me. I get both you good ideas.
I thought we were
and-
Yeah, I thought we were
and-
walking as well.
Nobody
Yeah.
said anything.
No,
so
that's
like,
We're walking away.
Letus is kind of just
Yeah.
like,
All right, you're good. All right. Hey,
Well, in that case, yeah, Letus, did you tell him your name?
stay tough.
I think to a certain extent he had expected some unusual company, and I'm not entirely sure how but there is some mechanical aspects to this place. They have worked through the magical process by using minor enchantments outside of this, whatever it is. And
we need to bring that warlock guy down here.
I would like to, because I still have that band on from Benamir that allowed me to cast like up to level 2 shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to do message
to
Walker and see if it goes through. All right. Hey, this is just a test.
Testing. Are you reading?
Mine didn't work.
Yeah, but I still have this band from Benamir. That was up to level 2, right?
Correct.
Okay. I can do up to level 2 stuff because of the band from Benamir. I don't know what these mushrooms are giving off, but...
That's good to know.
We might need to get, if we
go.
can, grab some of these mushrooms. Be nice to, thinking about this spellcaster we fought at the machine. If I could get some on an arrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any of the mushrooms around that are not up?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to probably look for an available source at ground level, but they seem to be scattered, and the canopy of this cave seems to probably be anywhere from 50 to 60 feet high up, dipping in altitude at various places, kind of cragging through the ceiling. But yeah, it's plenty available, it seems.
All right.
I mean, I'm not going
Into the necklace.
do like a full scoop, but yeah.
Damn it.
Get some.
And you'd also have to find some. You can't just scrape it off of the random, I'm here, so I'll grab it.
Yeah.
All right, so...
How much magic does message use?
Message is nothing.
Message, real quick.
Okay. Message is nothing.
Fantastic. I just wanted to say,
Do
not
I
out
hear
loud.
her?
No response.
I wouldn't even see your mouth moving.
I know, this is me in my head.
I would see you staring intently. Yeah, no.
So Hara gives you a little nod, and you don't hear anything back.
Doesn't work.
Oh. You can, but gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just write it down because I don't want to say this out loud.
Okay.
And I pass it to you in a small thing, and it just says, for purchasing, we've got 46 bars of platinum, 22 coins, and 9 gold.
So what does 46 bars of platinum come out to?
4,600.
Okay. All right.
Plus
So
220.
we've got 4,000 to work with.
We've got because one is 10 gold, right? One coin?
One coin is 10, yep. And a bar is 100.
Yep.
All right.
So
cool.
So what do you
I
guys
don't
want
need
to
to
do?
know anything specific other than...
I've
we're
got
gonna-
4,820.
I'm going to give
4,000.
one more look back at Lita's, and I'm going to start marching back the way we came.
He kind of...
Steadfast.
I will also look at Letus, and with message, stay tough. Hang in there.
And you see him kind of smiling and laughing as he walks back from the bars and sits down in the cage.
Oh, you were able to slide an apple in, right? I'm gonna slide in Origins of Morden.
Okay. He actually kind of receives it as you're up at the edge of the bars there. I don't want to lose it. Keep it safe for me for now, would you? I don't think they'd let me take it into the pit should I get cold soon here.
Might protect you in the pit.
Let it protect you, and you can protect me, my king.
Okay.
A wise king hears his counsel.
Yep.
Now, if you don't mind, try to get me out of here.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Try to,
We'll leave you to yourself.
You know,
I get it.
if I have to fight, that's fine. Otherwise, maybe
It
just
feels
ask,
like home.
see
You want
if-
to just get
Yeah,
inside
right.
yourself.
I love it.
open it up.
I'm already.
I've missed you.
Okay. So eventually, you guys are sort of pushing your way back to the bottoms up, and relatively easily able to find it. It's not particularly well hidden. It's kind of a central area for where the city sort of splits itself in half, and eventually find your way inside the doors, and everything opens up again. And you're hearing the songs continuing to go on, and it seems as if there's still this oddly jovial atmosphere within the bar, and people are still kind of swinging and drinking. Everyone kind of turns around, looks at you confused for a second, then goes back to their business. And
All right. Head back to the corner where Azzy is.
okay.
And approach before. I don't want to just like jump in and just like.
So.
Yeah, that's our guy.
Oh, disappointing.
Yeah.
What do you want for him?
Well, there's a number of things I think that you could value individual like that as a sense of power, opportunity for coin, an interesting connection to the surface. I would say all of those things by themselves are rather valuable. But what is it you have to offer? How can you improve the community that we have here in Jovel High? Because I, of course, am a man for the people.
Right. Everything seems great. I think it would do you the best for us to leave. And what we can do is take our friend with you so he doesn't have to lethargically fight in the pit, lose, and then everybody's disappointed with you that a large angel that you're putting a lot of hope into does absolutely nothing for you in the pit.
I was actually hoping he would lose. So that is not particularly concerning to me.
But if he goes and dies,
Well, perhaps
have-
you've seen I have many cages.
nothing to trade.
Oh, trade. The people find out a Celestial is fighting in the pits, and I'm sure I can get very good odds. You see, this place runs on energy. Not coin or blood or war or purpose. You topsiders like to have your glory and bravery written down in books. Your coins hidden behind metal walls. Here everything is open. Truth is the currency.
Alright, so just tell me what it is that you want so we can leave and go do our topsider business.
Well, I have a proposal.
Great.
I have a man that I know, and if I understand correctly, rumor has it you're all finger guns, are you not?
Sure.
Well, I would like you to be very sure. Because if you are not, then you cannot accomplish what I want.
You already know who we are.
Excellent, then we're agreed. The city of Crindon. I presume you're familiar?
Extremely.
Excellent.
Before it was destroyed.
Yes, I have heard they've gone through a bit of a rebuilding process as of late.
I think
Rebranding.
it's a deconstructing
Rebranding.
process. Right?
Well, sometimes you must burn away the foundations to build anew.
Sure.
I did not always reside below the surface. It is well known my vision in the darkness does not match even the common man of my type. They say I spent too long on the surface. Every day was pain, anguish. But they will teach you things up there you cannot learn down here. And they will teach you things down here you can't learn up there. So, you know what living in both worlds has taught me?
Probably a lot.
A great deal, in fact, but here we have finger guns. Golden Games champions.
I want to look around and see if anybody's approaching us, because he's taking a sweet fucking time getting to the point.
It seems as if there is a very small ring, not a ring, but a line almost, kind of loosely scattered and sparse between you and the door. Most of these individuals facing you, with a couple facing the door. And it's not like a formation, it's not military, it's as much as it's kind of a gangland alley formation type of deal.
So you want to get to the point before you have your guys do something stupid?
Ah, well, I don't know if you've gotten a load of most of the people down here, but they're all going to do something stupid.
Right.
Hey. Funny.
Thank you. Crindon, all of a sudden, finds itself without a vizier. Unfortunate circumstance. I fear that he ended up in several parts, if I understand correctly.
Makes sense.
And if I also understand correctly, finger guns, working their name across every dotted landscape of Esterlin, has not yet gained the tactile influence that they have in Crindon across the rest of Ondala. And if you are working your way to the Dragon's Sea, you would do well to have safe passage, assistance, and perhaps some type of... The fuck is an angel baby?
It's a handsome man.
You spent too much time down here.
Yeah, that's a topside thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I must confess, the vernacular of the surface world has certainly escaped me some. Very well. But you all seem very capable. And I would very much like your friend to not have to go through the turmoil and struggle of the pit, the chaos and problematic circumstance you would find yourself in thereafter. And, you know, stupid as they are, my men deserve a break. I don't need them to clean up his entire body. The sand is difficult, and stone, forget about it. It's the grout. It just soaks the blood right in. So, one of you can volunteer in his place. You will pay for the costs incurred to feed him, to keep him safe, to transport him safely so he's no longer a danger to himself. And we will arrange for an accord that you will make me Vizier of Crindon by proposal and decree once your special topside friend has had whatever purpose served. Good?
I think maybe it's all the tough guys behind me.
They're very friendly. I think they...
Sure, I've met friendly people before.
So you already know.
Yeah, between the Shadowfell and the Fae and the Hells, met a lot of friendly guys.
Oh, world traveler.
What is it specifically that... Do you want 3 different things for one thing? Or those were 3 different options?
Well, if it's a deal that you don't want, you certainly don't have to accept, but...
Just clarifying terms.
One of you will take your friend's place in the pit. I have promised to fight, and I will not fail to deliver that. Perhaps we could stick some feathers on you and paint them some kind of piss yellow and pass you off as an angel. I'm not concerned about that. Everyone down here is a moron, but you'll take his place. You'll pay for his housing, food, treatment, and safety. Consider it a tax for friendship, if you will.
And how much is that?
How much?
Because he has been such pleasurable company, I will excuse him for 500 gold, a piddly sum.
So much for not being about gold.
Well,
Hey,
My
if he's
people in
gonna
Jovel
be-
High must eat as well, of course.
If he's going to be the vizier of Crinden, he's going to need some gold for his topside appearances.
Exactly. And I think an endorsement of Vizier for yours truly to take over and rebuild the glowing city of Crinden.
Why do you want to go topside?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, just for curiosity, why would you want to?
You smell that?
Smells
What do
like
we smell?
smells like shit and sweaty
I mean,
giant
like-
dick in here.
It smells like a pub. I like it.
It's a mixture of rotted food, sweaty boot, shit and piss. Never in my place, but too close outside, I'm afraid. I have seen the top side, and it is difficult for me. But pain every single day for the rest of my life would beat me capping out as running some shithole, nothing, cave, stick in the wall, filled with shit and piss. Now, I have a certain contingent of supporters behind me that I'm sure would support the nomination. As you can see, they are very friendly.
Well, the Golden Games champion doesn't need your friends to get you in there. You just need us as friends to get you in there.
Well,
and friends don't threaten other friends with lives being lost.
Well, I've made no such threat, my friend.
Sure. We can say that, other than you expecting him to lose and having his blood spilled all over the place.
Well, how is he to beat our champion? I think it not possible. It's not a foregone conclusion. It's not what I want for him.
Who is your champion?
What I mean to say is, if you expect him to lose,
I like to bet, that's all.
if you expect him to lose, any one of us taking his place would also be expected to lose.
Right.
Yes, I do not make this decision for you.
No, you don't. But he is also a member of Finger Guns to the people of Crinden.
And if we
lose him, if you kill him in your pits,
I will do no such
if
thing.
he fights in your pits or one of us fights in your pits, we're gonna have a damn hard time selling you as the vizier of Crinden.
Well, I'm afraid I cannot simply excuse his death. The people of Jovel High will not look fondly upon that.
The problem is if one of the five of us falls, the ability to give you Crinden might fall as well.
Exactly.
We need all of us to clean up Crinden.
For as you probably have heard, there is quite the war going on.
All of you, huh?
Unfortunately.
It's worth it for us to make you boss of Crinden, to get a fighter that's going to end up as paste on your sand out of there. That feels like quite a fair trade to me. You lose a fighter, you can throw some other shithead in there and get splattered all over the place, and it earns you the top spot in Crinden.
All right. Dagby, go get Feck. And you see one of these dwarves who was facing away the whole time kind of quick skip off. All right. I will make you a compromise. All of you need to be present for Finger Guns to sell the idea of Azianon Sa, Vizier of Crinden. You shall have it. And as you look, he's kind of fingering in this individual, this orc. Huge jawline sprung out. Seems to be wearing this red blindfold across his eyes. Wearing shackles on both wrists, but the chains seemingly cut, broken away right at where they would connect to a full-length chain. And you see him kind of walk forward, step within a few feet, and stop. Just kind of tips his head. Feck, are you in good shape to fight? And he just kind of... Excellent. Here is the arrangement. As participants, volunteers, supporters of Jovel High, I will waive the fee for the housing and care of your friend. I will see to it that you have safe passage, at least as far as my umbrella covers rain over your head, which down here perhaps is not that far. But outside of Jovel High and the tunnels beyond at the very least, and you will have your friend back. But you will undergo the ritual. Swear to make me Vizier of Crindon once you have arranged and finished your business with whoever your friend is keeping secret. And you'll be free to go.
What is the ritual?
Oh, something sort of specifically designed to make sure that everyone is on the level. Wouldn't want anyone entering a business contract with poor intentions, now would we?
So, just so we're clear, what is it we exactly have to do to make you Vizier of Crindon?
Well, there is no ruler there. Oh, there is a lot of parts of a ruler there. The king is missing.
Yeah, the king is dead.
And you are all the most public and influential individuals on the face of Esterlin at the moment.
So we just have to endorse you.
Also other planes of existence as well.
Endorse, perhaps, is too fleeting a word. Nomination and support, perhaps, is more accurate.
What's your plan for Crindon?
Well, that is not part of our contract.
Just curiosity.
Well, it kills the displacer beast.
It's not his faction.
So,
But will lead us back unharmed.
well,
And no fire
that
pit.
piece is up to you.
So what does the ritual give us now if we're leaving to go guarantee you Vizier of Crindon?
Well, that's the other piece of this. Like I said, I did promise the people of Joel High a fight. Feck, pick 4 more. And you see him turn around, walk up to the line, and just push one of them on the shoulder. And you see this kind of taller dwarf that's about at least 4.5 feet tall step forward. You see him reach out, about to touch the Goliath, puts his hand down, walks past the entire line, grabs the neck of this really pale-skinned looking creature, almost like translucent type skin, throws him through the gap, taps another massive human-looking creature who cracks a lot of his bones and muscles as he steps forward. And you eventually see him come back after he's grabbed another individual, step forward, and you now see 5 in a line. Then we are settled.
I assume it's for us 5 to fight these 5.
Well, finger guns must remain together.
Right. Questions if we are going to fight?
Sure, if you must.
Yeah. 1, will we be able to use magic?
You know, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, if we figured out a way to use magic, is it allowed? Like everything else is allowed down here.
Well, I mean, I suppose there are rules as far as conduct is concerned, but magic is not expressly forbidden, no. Good
Potions?
luck with that. Should you have rare potions on you? Sure.
Okay.
Is there any way that you would take a trade over us fighting?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. It turns out I already have.
Just saying, I've got...
Finger guns, together forever in success or failure. I can see it now. We are going to sell many seats.
Though failure doesn't guarantee you any Vizier in Crindon spot.
That is correct, however. That creates an even larger power vacuum, and some of my men are quite big.
Oh, we don't give a shit about big. Big is the only thing that we fight now.
Well,
So
then
you
that's
can
true.
send all of
remarkably
your...
Well,
experienced
dang.
at this. I am excited. And should you change your mind, this is of course understandable. I know that these kind of things are a bit emotionally charged in the moment, so should you decide not to attend the fight, which we'll say takes place 24 hours, then Letus, I guess, has a few more friends. Up to you. Now, it has been a delight meeting with all of you. I am so encouraged at our partnership going forward. But, as you can see, I am an important individual here. Oh, the adoration, the love, the support, the hard work. I'm afraid I must tend to some things. But, I will see you tomorrow, most hopefully. Or it will be a spectacle indeed if you are not.
Before we part, if it would be all right for you to set up with your underlings, someone to write up the contract for after we kill all of your friends there.
Is it a fight to the death? That would be good to know.
Well, you can quit.
No, I'm saying
For your guys.
before we...
Are we letting them have a chance to
Yeah,
Live?
do we murder them or do we let them fight
I love your optimism.
other people?
It's not optimism. We're realists.
This is going to be fantastic.
I mean, I don't have as many cool arrows as I like, but there'll be enough.
It doesn't answer the
It's
question.
okay.
Do they die or do we have to let them live?
Oh. Clearly we have a misunderstanding. You will be fighting in your most natural forms.
No weapons.
no weapons at all?
Well, the fist is a weapon, is it not?
Sounds like the most boring fight of all time.
know.
That sounds like less of a spectacle than what we could deliver otherwise.
You know what, you're right. Absolutely.
You give your guys some armor and some clanky spears and let them die
As the champions of the Golden Games.
yeah, just let them die an amazing death inside the ring. You get all the cheers and adoration while the crowd goes crazy as magic is flung and heads are flying,
And
and
plus
then
it's
we
something new.
secretly get the fuck out of here because we do not
Well,
like it down here.
Tell you what I will do. I will spend 24 hours coming up with some fun ideas.
No, because we would like to agree to it beforehand.
And you will have that option, of course. You will be forced in no way to participate in anything you do not wish to.
We'll talk it over at breakfast.
We will. Here's the deal. Not the deal. Here's
Mm-hmm.
if you want the grand spectacle to make all of the money that you're going to make off this fight,
Yes.
which is really what this is about, is you making money.
Well, like I said, the people of Jovel High demand entertainment. Morale can be difficult to come by down here.
I totally get it.
Have you ever seen multiple people just fist fight? There's nothing
That's
less
probably all they
entertaining.
do.
There's nothing less entertaining.
You're
than
probably not
someone
used to
getting turned to dust by a spell.
the excitement of magic. I can't speak for the group, but I can speak for me and say that I would be willing to sign a contract that if you gave us the option to use magic in this fight, I would be a part of the fight to the death and not use magic to escape or anything like
He
that.
leans in real close to you. The magic is not my choice, I'm afraid.
I'm pretty sure you could clear some fungus.
Well, you are welcome to try between now and tomorrow then. Somehow I feel like you have better uses for your time.
Somehow I feel like you have the power to get people to do it for you. Or maybe you're not as powerful as I thought.
Well, maybe I do. Maybe not. Either way, we will see something interesting tomorrow, I assure you of that.
Oh, you will. I just was hoping maybe you would be able to make a little more money off of the excitement of this fight.
I like this one too. She's my new favorite.
Do you have quarters for us to stay in?
I mean, there's some, I don't know, animal shit somewhere that's got no animals in it anymore. I could put you up in a cage if you like.
Are we allowed to take our quarters here?
An
I mean, I'm
interesting
sure you want us
question,
well rested.
Jovel High. Well, I tell you what, friend. Since we're all so close, I'll let you in on the secret of Jovel High. You can do whatever you want. Unless I say you can't.
If that's possible,
And like I said,
why can you not clear
I
the
have
pit?
business to attend to.
I think it is to his best interest that the
Magic is
mushrooms
not
stay up there.
He said
You think it is?
I don't
Alright.
like this one.
That's fine.
You don't need to like us.
Oh, but I'd want to. You're all so fun. Just as well. I have to go. I'm sure deal with somebody who slipped in pig shit and broke his skull. But in the meantime, do make yourself welcome. Drinks on me for the entirety of finger guns. You see a few
Don't
people
you
turn
fucking
around
drink
and
that. It's like, don't you drink that.
I got my own. I do have a question before you go. Is it all right if
No.
Leas comes out of his cage?
and he begins to get up and walk away. And the remaining line of individuals stand there just staring at you all.
He said we could take up quarters wherever
I
we
would
wanted,
like
right?
to,
Yeah.
as he's walking away, clutch my necklace and see if I can hear his thoughts.
Okay. So, as you are sort of dialing in, all the room noise fades away, the din hushes, pure silence. This is not expected. This may be a problem. We'll have to do something about this. And the slam of the door kicks the music back up, and all of a sudden the roiling singing continues to fill the air around you.
Okay.
Do we want to go along with the plan, or do we want to cause some problems right now?
Cause problems doing
I'm
what?
not causing any problems if we don't have Leas with us.
Let's go get Leas.
Hang on, I'm just gonna take up quarters for a quick minute. And I'm gonna sit down on his seat.
The 5 people standing in a line begin taking big steps towards you.
He said we could take quarters wherever we wanted.
And that's where we're going to leave it this week.
Oh my god! Sassy Skadi is out to play.
She's getting super sassy.
Yeah, with all of them melee.
And us without any real spells.
I mean, level 2 maybe.
There's shit in level 2.
No, I know. There definitely is.
Hey,
I'm
and
not scared.
All of my spells are only level 1, so I can use all 3 of my
No,
spells.
you have
he's
to
got the
have a
special thing from
band.
Beth.
Damn it!
No, but I can do
forgot.
it. If he allows spells, like there's not one of them 5 that is a fucking rectus or an Udic ball.
Yeah, they don't
Like-
feel like super castery heavy, if you will.
No, I'm
really,
not.
all I have to do is attack before they do.
I mean, we
And then
got.
I'll chop off somebody's head.
That's what I'm saying.
If
But
you have
what I
weapons.
was gonna... Never mind, I'll tell you guys what I was gonna do.
Anyways, we ran a little long. We had a lot of
I
fun.
think
We
it
got
was
into
fine.
some shit. We are going to be back next week doing the pickup from Skadi posting up on Dude's couch
Mm-hmm.
That nobody touches.
to
like,
see
ooh.
what sort of happens there. Otherwise, we're going to be streaming noon to question mark tomorrow, probably 4-ish, something like that.
Is it, what are you guys streaming tomorrow?
I think I'm going to be back on Apex Legends,
Okay.
getting those champions.
Can you play as Chappie?
I can.
Nice.
Yes.
But will you?
For you, I will play as Chappie.
Okay.
If
'Cause I
you
just
hit me
realized
with-
I asked
if you hit me with the
you-
bits, I will play as Chappie.
If it sounded like if it's an option.
It is an option, and we
Right.
can. So we'll be doing that noon to 4, Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 to 11-ish. Jackie's going to be picking back up with Kingdom Hearts, and I believe I'll still be doing Apex at that point. It's fresh, it's new, it's fun. We're going to be buried on the list, but we do love hanging out with you guys and chopping it up a little bit more.
Yes, Hara is playing this week.
Yes. Chaotic 47, if you're still around, thank you for following. Belle Chavez, Dan Van.
Oh shit!
All of our guys for coming and hanging out, having fun. We are going to try and segue into some other locale, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have a separate locale?
Locale? Oh, yep. I didn't get that ready. Sorry.
All right, so sit tight for us. Sit tight for us. We are going to be jumping in someone else's stream to continue to share the love and support. When we get there, please treat them with the same love and respect you treat us with. Please throw up your Walker big mouth faces. Hit them with it.
I don't know what I was like.
Please do that if you can.
Or the Skadi, like, okay, I'm gonna sit in your couch real quick.
Yeah, that's exactly what that emote was. It was the I'm in your couch now Skadi emote.
Let me pull out my stick and get ready to hit you.
Yes.
And she almost did that. Like, there's like 2 or 3 times today that you were like, brought the finger out, like, oh, wait.
Listen, bitch. Anyways, so again, we're going to be sharing some love around. Please make sure you're treating them with the same love and respect you show us. Please be with us next week, Friday, 7 p.m. We'll be picking right up where we left off.
On the
Shit is
couch.
gonna be fucking interesting.
We'll be picking up on the casting couch with Skadi and 5 men.
Whoa. Whoa.
Exactly
Like
where we're
nearing the witching hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gotta plant seeds and
so please be there for that.
And then put your seat
where are the women barbarians at?
Yes, we're going to be hitting
DM.
up Prismalin. You didn't look, okay? We're going to be jumping in Prismalin's game. Please hang out.
Sexist guy shoulder tapping everyone.
We will see you soon next week. And until we see you next time,
Back.
party on.
back.
Back.